11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. Mr. Floyd, yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champion. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, what it is.
All the freshmen come forward.
High school champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down from the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know Collinsville High School, a champions. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports. White and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and we welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we get you ready for week number 1 of the high school football season. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville is where you'll find them. You can call in for carry-out orders at LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Forgive me with the in-and-out screen here. I'm getting some glitches, and I'm trying to reset it as I'm talking, so we do apologize. Okay, let's get going. Week number 1 finds the Belleville East Lancers invading Kahok Stadium to take on your Collinsville Kahawks. Kahawks are coached by Colton Rhodes in his 4th year, has a record now of 23-9 after a 6-5 finish to last year's schedule. Belleville East, they are coached by their 6th-year head skipper, Michael Harrison. He has a record overall of 21-24, and Belleville East went 8-3 last year. So Collinsville coming off another season in which the team qualified for the postseason play, 3rd year in a row that the Kahok football program has made it to the playoffs. That had never been accomplished before. Before that 3-year run, Collinsville had only qualified for the playoffs 3 times since playoff football was established in Illinois in 1974. In 2021, the Kahawks lost to Geneva in round number 1. The 3 previous times Collinsville made the playoffs, 1996, 1998, and 2010, also resulted in a 1-round loss. In 2022, that changed. The Kahawks won a round 1 playoff game for the first time with a home win over Bradley Bourbonnais before falling in round number 2 at Brother Rice in Chicago. Last year, Collinsville made the playoffs again, and the Kahawks notched another first as Collinsville won their first road playoff game with a 20-15 win in Chicago at Maine West High School. Collinsville was looking to win their first ever second round game when the Kahawks returned home as Collinsville hosted round number 2 playoff game for the first time, but Lincoln Way West spoiled the homecoming before handing the Kahawks a 43-19 season-ending loss. The Lancers, they have qualified for the playoffs the last 2 years straight after not playing in the postseason since 2015. In 2022, Belleville East lost in round number 1 in a close 28-20 loss on the road in South Elgin. Last season, the Lancers played their round 1 game on the home turf, and they completely destroyed East Aurora by a score of 70-0. Belleville East had to travel north to Chicago as well. They fell in the next round to Maine South, 33-21, to end their season. Collinsville and Belleville East met last year in week number 1 at Belleville East. The Lancers won 24-21. Belleville East scored 10 first-half points to take a 10-0 lead into the locker rooms. The Kahawks came out and put up 21 unanswered points in the third quarter to put Collinsville ahead 21-10. But Belleville East scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to pull out the 24-21 win. Wide receiver Amari Rogers-Parrott hauled in a 21-yard and a 46-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Darren Pinnell in that third quarter. Rogers-Parrott ended up with 5 catches for 57 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Michael Tange led the way in the tackle department with 7 in that contest. I had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Colton Rhodes, and we will pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network as we are made our way to Kahawk Stadium, week number 1 of the high school football season. And your Collinsville Kahawks getting ready to take on the Belleville East Lancers. Joining us now, Collinsville's 4th year head coach for their football team, Colton Rhodes. All right, Coach. 3 straight years of qualifying for the playoffs. Second year, you and your team notched the program's first ever playoff win. That was 2 years ago. And played in round 2 for the first time. Last year, you and your team notched the first ever road win in the playoffs program's history. All of this must make you extremely proud of yourself, your coaches, and all your players.
Yeah, I mean, the whole program has done an incredible job the past 3 years, and it's been really fun to be a part of it and just kind of see how everybody's growing and doing great. So, hopefully we can keep that going this year, but like I said, the past 3 have been awesome.
All right, so the next thing you have to check off your list is a round 2 win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been there twice now, so we've gotten a taste of it. And that round 2 football game is never going to be a joke. You're always going to be against a tough opponent, and we just haven't put our best foot forward the past 2 years. So hopefully we get another chance to right our wrongs again.
All right, talk to me. Give me a recap of last year and your season.
Last year was a lot of ups and downs. We were kind of inconsistent. We came out, lost a really close game to Belleville East last year, and then rattled off 2, lost 1, win 1, lose 1, win 1. I don't remember the order, but it was just we just could never really fully get exactly where we needed to be. And then, week 10 and that first playoff game on the road, and we kind of put a lot of things together in a crazy game that was 5 hours away. So that was awesome to see and be a part of. But hopefully, we can get some of those consistency issues that we had last year down pat and kind of be that consistent team that we're kind of expecting.
All right, so the revolving door that is all high school sports. Colby Anderson, quarterback in your first year. Ethan Bagwell, your second year. Darren Pinnell last year. Your 4th year finds Chase Reynolds in the driver's seat as the quarterback. Tell us about what Chase brings to the table.
Chase is a super athletic kid, really smart football player, but he can just do a lot of different things. Some would say probably his arm isn't as good as Darren's was last year, but Chase has done a lot of good things this summer with his arm, and his legs are going to be a weapon no matter what. So teams are going to have to be prepared for him to run and try and containing him in the pocket, and he will be able to throw it on people when we want him to. So I've got a lot of respect for Chase for stepping into this role and this huge responsibility for him, but he's gonna do some great things this season.
All right, different players to distribute the ball to as well. Tell us a little bit about your running backs and your receivers on this year's team.
Yeah, so it's basically a whole new group of running backs. We'll have Jamonte, we'll have Rome, we'll have Talon. You might see Lazarion Stewart in there. So we've got a bunch of guys who just don't have a whole lot of varsity experience yet running the ball, but they're all some really good athletes, and we're probably just going to run kind of like a committee. Nobody's really the top dog right now. We got a bunch of guys that can handle it, and so we're kind of just, our plan right now is to kind of use them all unless we find a hot hand. And then receivers-wise, we've got Amari Rogers Parrott coming back from last year, was one of our top receivers, and then obviously Chase was one of the other top receivers, but he's going to throw Amari the ball, and then we're going to have Matt Reynolds and Loyal kind of flanking Amari on either in the slot or on the other side of the field, and they can all make some plays. We're just going to be a little bit younger and more inexperienced than we have been in years past with this. That's okay. We're going to get thrown into the fire tonight, and we've done our best to prepare them all summer long, and hopefully tonight they're ready to prove that they are prepared.
We don't like that sound. All right, of course, none of it works without the work of the offensive line, so tell us a little bit about your O-line.
Our O-line's going to be, I think, one of our strongest position groups on this season. We've got 2 returning starters in Caden Hearn and Jack Shepard. And then we also have Zach Howe coming back, who's filled in at the end of the year when Tommy Kohler got hurt. So it's basically kind of 3 returning starters. And then we have Ellis Kircher and Caleb Patton, who are both 2 guys over 300 pounds. So they're big bodies, ready to move people. And they've kind of taken on this challenge of being a much better O-line than we were last year. And I love that about them. And I think they're going to do outstanding job, and I'm excited to see them go again tonight against East, because East is going to have a really good, tough defensive line.
All right, and of course, the defense lost a few, but you're returning your number 1 tackle from a year ago in Michael Tonge, so touch on him and then touch on your defense.
Yeah, Michael has done a great job. He started for us all last year, started a couple games for us his sophomore year, including in the playoffs. So he's got plenty of experience. So it's nice to have some experience right there in the middle of your defense, kind of leading everybody, leading the charge, being able to know exactly what's going on. He does a great job with communicating with his teammates, making sure they're in the right spot. So we have all our gaps covered. So I'm just excited to see him continue to grow in his spot on defense and his position as a leader on the team. And then he's surrounded by some really great talent. Also, like we're going to move Devin Habermill around a little bit more this year. He's normally been playing on the defensive end, so we're going to start him at linebacker, but we have plans we can't not put him at defensive end occasionally, so he'll be moved around a little bit. We're going to try and take advantages of him because he's just an outstanding kid, an outstanding player. In the backs, we've got Chase and Amari and Loyal are going to be rotating in at cornerbacks, kind of just keeping everybody fresh as can be. But they've all got great ball skills on the outside, and we plan to be able to lock those outside receivers down as best we can with those 3 guys. Up front, it's going to be kind of definitely some new guys up front. We've got Aiden Jordan, who's going to be a senior, but 6'4", tall kid who plays with a lot of intensity and effort, so he's going to make some plays. Scott Snyder, who's a wrestler who came out this year, he's going to be tough because he's just quick and hard-nosed in there, just exactly like you'd think a wrestler would be on the defensive line. And then we get Montre Kroom back, who didn't play last year, and he's everything we would have needed last year, but we got him this year, and I'm happy for it.
All right, so Belleville East, what do we know about the 2024 version? I know it's hard week number 1 because you have no game film to go off of, so what do you know?
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot, which is unfortunate, but I'm hoping they also don't know a whole lot about us, so it's kind of an even playing field is what I'm hoping at least. But as far as I know, they're going to be extremely athletic. I know the receivers number 3 and number 5 are both returners, and they're going to be kind of their guys they're going to try and get the ball to. Running back number 0 is pretty good, and then they got a big offensive line, defensive lineman, number 54, who's been giving us problems for 2 straight years, and he's only going to be a junior this year. So they're going to be really big, tough up front on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be a really good matchup between our two teams. But I'm expecting it to be another close game. We've played them for 3 straight years, and every year it's been a 1-score game. So I don't see how this one's going to be much different than that.
All right, so final question for you. Your game plan tonight, how do the Kahawks come away with a win?
We have to make less mistakes than the other teams. So week 1 is all about mistakes because it's everybody's got those first game jitters. Everybody's a little nervous. There's a lot more inexperience out there. Kids have never played a varsity Friday night football game before, so they're just a little bit lost under the lights for a little bit. So as long as we can avoid as many mistakes as possible and capitalize on all of their mistakes that they make, because they're going to make them too, we're going to make them, but whoever makes the least amount is going to win this game, and that's our goal is just to kind of maintain that, and we're going to run the football tonight. That's the plan.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Colton Rhodes, your Collinsville Kahok football head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. We have some starters to throw your way and some stats from last season. We'll do all that and more as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation work 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium and the LC's Pub pregame show. Almost ready here for week number 1 action between Collinsville and Belleville East. And I promise you some starters. Here they are on offense. Collinsville will have quarterback Chase Reynolds behind center, 5'11", 180-pound senior. The running back is Jamonte Thomas, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. 3 wide receivers to start. Amari Rogers-Parrott, 5'11", 170-pound senior. Matt Reynolds, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. And Loyal Patterson, a 5'10", 150-pound junior. And the tight end, Devin Habermel, 6'2", 235-pound senior. The linemen on the offensive side of things, left tackle Caleb Patton, 6', 310-pound junior. Ellis Kircher is the left guard, 6'1", 300-pound senior. The center is Caden Hearn, a 6'1", 280-pound senior. Your right guard is Zach Howe, a 5'10", 230-pound senior. Jack Shepard's on the right tackle. He is a 6'2", 290-pound senior. Defensively for Collinsville, you're down 3 linemen. Montre Kroom, the 5'9", 200-pound senior. Scott Snyder, 6', 205-pound senior. And Aiden Jordan, a 6'4", 190-pound senior. 4 linebackers in the linebacking core. John Thomas, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. Devin Habermill, excuse me again. Already told you his height and weight. Michael Tange, 5'11", 165-pound senior. And Rome Richardson, the 6'2", 160-pound senior. Your defensive backs, almost all of them are already playing a little bit of offense. So Amari Rogers is one of those. Jamonte Thomas the other. Chase Reynolds the other. And the fourth is Romel Bollinger, the 5'10", 160-pound senior. Kickoff returns will be handled by Matt Reynolds and Loyal Patterson. Punt returns will be handled by Loyal Patterson, and your kicker and your punter this year is Matt Reynolds. So Chase Reynolds is going to be the starting quarterback. Last year, he only had a few throws. He completed 4 of 5 passes for 147 yards and a couple of touchdowns. As you know, Darren Pennell graduated. He had a pretty good year, 146 completions, 267 attempts, 2,158 yards, 20 touchdowns to go along with 9 interceptions. Just a couple of guys that return that have any running stats. One of those, of course, being Chase Reynolds, 16 carries for 238 yards and 4 touchdowns. Rome Richardson had 8 carries for 8 yards. And the receiving core has a few guys coming back with some experience. Amari Rogers-Parrott is one of those. 47 catches, 590 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Chase Reynolds had 34 catches for 419 yards and 5 touchdowns. And, of course, K.J. Thorpes-Watt graduated. He had 38 catches last year, led the team in that category. 725 yards, also led the team in that category. And 7 touchdowns, also led Collinsville in that category. For Belleville East, I really don't know who their starters are at this point. We'll all find out together, but they lost a lot of folks as well. Matter of fact, on the defensive side of things, they lost 10 of their top 11 tacklers from last year. All the guys who led the team in tackles, the only one returning is Jonathan Rulo, and he had a total of 32 tackles. So everybody ahead of him and everybody behind him pretty much gone. Kingston Jones saw some action at quarterback last year. 12 completions, 17 yards, 17 attempts, 129 yards, and 1 touchdown. They lost their top 2 running backs as well. Brandon Coleman and Chase Boyd both graduated, and between them, they accounted for 16 touchdowns. The lone guy coming back with the most experience is Jaden Beeman, who had 24 carries for 167 yards and 3 touchdowns. One more break coming your way. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this final timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are Kahok strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
And once again, we welcome you back here to Kahawk Stadium. Todd Duke is my name, and we are just about ready to go. Belleville East won the coin toss. They have elected to receive, so they'll be getting the ball first, and Collinsville will then receive the kickoff to open up the second half of play. So we're almost ready to go, and on the other microphone, as usual, is none other than Dr. Chris McCluskey. How are you, sir?
Todd, couldn't be happier to be back with you in the booth for this year's installment of Kahawk football.
Should be a lot of fun. Got a host of guys going back to receive here for Belleville East. Man, I didn't even tape up Belleville East's roster on my thing over here. So, see, it's week number 1. Can you tell?
Yeah, we got to figure it out, Todd.
Looks like, well, if I got the right roster. I got a Collinsville roster all over the place. Looks like back deep is going to be Xavier Moody, a 179-pound senior. He's listed as a wide receiver. He's back deep. Flanking on his left-hand side is Keithan Jones, a 150-pound, 5'9" senior. And over here on the near side is Elijah Bolden, a sophomore, 5'11", 157 pounds. Matt Reynolds kicks things off and kicks it a little shallow down the 35-yard line, and taking a knee right away was Antoine Brown. So the Lancers will start off 1st and 10 from their own 35. Not a bad starting field position.
Yeah, it's good field position. I guess Collinsville didn't want to risk a run back, so they kicked a short ball, and Belleville East elected to down the ball. So we'll see what this year's version of the Kahawk defense looks like. I think our line has taken a step up. I think we got some first-year guys in the backfield, so see what these guys have to offer.
All right, looks like I had a little glitching going on my camera, so I'm trying to reset it here as we move along. Of course, you get through the pregame show and you don't have any problems at all, then all of a sudden problems pop up.
Murphy's Law, Todd.
I know. Hopefully, yeah, that didn't work either. I got to keep on resetting this thing. And
well, hopefully you can hear the audio.
Oh, yeah, they can hear the audio. That's no problem. All right, back at quarterback, and a quick throw was Kingston Jones. As I mentioned, last year, 12 of 17, 129 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. And Kingston Jones is a sophomore, so he got a little bit of playing time last year as a freshman. And a little bit of a loss on the play. Nice job defensively by Collinsville right off the bat.
Collinsville's junior John Thomas, a 5'9", 171-pound. I don't know if he's a cornerback or an outside backer. He filled nicely. He was all over the backfield.
Looks like I got a good camera thing going on here now, so we're good. All right, 2nd down. And about 16 to go for a 1st down here for Belleville East. And this time we have a handoff, and up the middle goes the running back. Got a couple of yards. That's about it.
No, sir, Todd. That's my main man, Devin D9 Dozer Habermail, filling the hole, making the tackle on the Belleville East running back.
That was a run by Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams, number 8. He ran the ball? 0. Okay, I couldn't tell if it was an 8 or a 0. Okay, Jaden Beeman. 24 carries last year, 167 yards and 3 touchdowns. And now we have a flag on the play. Our first flag comes with a 3rd down and 12 to go here for Belleville East. And it's going to be a offside call against Collinsville. So Belleville East will get a free 5 yards out of that, and it'll be a 3rd down and a very manageable 7 as opposed to the 12 that they did have to get the 1st down.
Yeah, that's a frustrating penalty, but, you know, Collinsville's got a lot of first-year players, so I think tonight they're going to have to kind of get their bearings, if you will, and their timing, and big 3rd down early in this football game.
Sure is. All right, Beeman stands over to the left-hand shoulder of the quarterback Jones, and then movement up front
false
again.
Start.
And this time it's going to be a false start, so Belleville East will give those 5 yards right back.
They sure did. Again, early in the season, these guys are trying to get timing and sync, but boy, Collinsville got away with one there because, like you said, East gave it right back. So now Collinsville has a great chance to turn over on downs, and on the first possession, if you can have a turn or get a punt or turnover on downs, whatever you want to call it, a turnover in possession, then you basically negate their coin toss win.
Yeah. All right, same setup. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Slot receiver comes into motion. And Vincent awaits the snap. He's back to pass. He looks down the middle. He throws down the middle, and he is, oh, man, you got to be kidding me.
They're going to throw a flag on that?
They're going to throw a flag on that because.
Come on.
And the only reason they're going to do it is because Jamonte Thomas wasn't watching. He never looked back for the ball.
You're right. And that's probably, they need to teach these cornerbacks they're going to have to turn and look at the ball. There was minimal contact on the play. But, if you don't look back, then that's what you get, and that's going to give Belleville East a free first down.
I believe so. After they march off the 15 yards, they'll get that first down by about 2 yards.
And that's really an uncatchable ball.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't touch the guy, and they punt. But here we are now. Belleville East has the ball 1st and 10, midfield on their own 49.
Yeah, and mentioned Jamonte Thomas. He was step for step with the intended wide receiver. Collinsville had another defensive back there that had a better chance of catching that ball than the receiver did.
He got his hands on it.
Yeah. So 1st down and 10 now. Ball resting on the Belleville East 49-yard line. And once again, it is Jaden Beeman who stands over the left-hand shoulder of Kingston Jones. 3 wide receivers all stacked up over here on the near side. Back to pass, and a pass completed. And it's going to go to James Johnson. Johnson breaks a couple of tackles, spins away from another one, and then finally Chase Reynolds brings him down right around the 10-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Belleville East.
Yeah, James Johnson just set down in the flat, got a nice little 5-yard pass, and then off to the races. He's a big athletic kid, and it looks like Belleville East has figured out that their run game, at least early, is not going to be as productive as maybe going to the air. So Collinsville defensive backs are going to be put to the test here, it looks like.
Yeah, seems that way. I still got some glitching going on with this camera, man. This needs to stop. I would appreciate it if it would. Man goes into motion, behind the quarterback. Handoff is going to go to Beeman. Beeman, he gets up to the 2-yard line, fumbles the ball, but they're going to mark him down because the ground caused the fumble, and that is not allowed.
Every time you say Beeman, I keep thinking of Friday, or what's the Any Given Sunday, the movie?
Yeah.
Willie Beeman,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I won't sing the song.
Okay, don't. Sure, we all appreciate it.
Great run by Jaden Beeman.
Come on, the camera.
Puts Belleville East 2nd and goal from the 2, just shy of the 2.
Camera needs to start cooperating with me. I had to reset the one in the gym about 6 times during that volleyball game, but it finally cooperated. Here is a handoff up the middle, and Beeman is going to get stopped at the one. Nope, they're going to say he got in. Yep.
Yeah.
1-yard run or 2-yard run, and a touchdown for Belleville East.
Well, Collinsville's defense started off well. They looked like they're going to have a stop and a
Yep.
touchy pass interference call. Gives them a first down, and they capitalize on it. So Collinsville's going to be playing from behind here early in this match.
That they are, sir. That they are. Collinsville, as I mentioned in the pregame interview with Coach Rhodes, Michael Tongay returns as the leading tackler from last year with 104 total tackles, a couple of sacks, a fumble recovery, and a couple of interceptions. And the extra point, that comes off of the foot of Grayson Parker, and it's 7-0 in favor of Belleville East, and that takes us to our first commercial, and we'll be back with Collinsville's first offensive possession right after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Matt Reynolds and Loyal Patterson are back deep for Collinsville. Kahok's already trailing this one 7-0. And looking to get those 7 points right back as once again Grayson Parker comes out for the kickoff. And he'll send one high and deep over to the near side, and running out of bounds at the 2-yard line was Matt Reynolds. I don't think he knew how close he was to the sideline. He was following the ball, and by the time he picked it up, he was already out of bounds.
Grayson Parker's got a leg on him, and that is a special teams mistake from the Collinsville. I thought they were going to run away from the football. I mean, I don't blame Matt for wanting to run that ball back, but my goodness. That pins you guys deep in your own territory.
Man,
so
what is going on with this camera?
We'll see what your Kahok offense has. I like our big offensive line. I like our quarterback, Chase Reynolds. Got some new specialty backs. Let's see what we got.
All right, Chase Reynolds is going to be standing in his own end zone. 4 of 5 last year at the quarterback position, 147 yards, couple of touchdowns. And he has Rome Richardson, I think that's who that is. I can't tell.
Coach Rhodes is calling a play from the sideline.
No, that's Jamonte Thomas. Sorry, I saw the 2, but I didn't see the other two. Reynolds trying to get out of a little bit of trouble. He gets taken down at the 1-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, he spun his way out of the safety.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was stopped in the end zone.
Yeah. Come on, camera. Wonders of modern-day technology, man.
Collinsville will have a second down on the 12-inch yard line, let's say.
Sure.
Second and long, second looks like an 11 from deep in their own territory. Look for Collinsville to go to the air here.
In shotgun, Chase Reynolds. He has Thomas over his left shoulder, and Thomas is going to move out of the way, and Chase Reynolds is going to go down, and it is a safety by Belleville East.
Man, looked like an RPO. Run play or run pass option. Reynolds kept the ball and just got smothered in the backfield. But pin that deep that Belleville East is going to be bringing the heat. I mean, they were on an all-out blitz, right? So
yeah.
You've got to have some awareness and get rid of that football. So Collinsville quickly goes down 9-0, and they're going to turn over a possession. So we will punt the ball off, as you do with a safety. And we'll give our defense another shot, who actually looked good on our first series outside of that pass interference.
If it wasn't
penalty.
for that pass interference penalty, we
Right.
probably would have ended in a punt.
Right.
I'm about over this camera thing already.
Is that the huddle camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was working fine during the pregame show, and of course, what you notice as soon as the game starts, it starts acting up on me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any better than that because I've already reset this thing, 10 times?
Well, you'll just have to, listeners out there, we apologize, but you can focus on our voices here and pretend it's the radio.
Yeah.
Ty Duke's an old radio man anyway, right, Ty?
I am, yes. Spent about 15 years in the old radio business. Didn't have to worry about cameras back then.
That's right. I grew up listening to the St. Louis Cardinals on the radio,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, me too. That's why I wanted to be on the radio. Jack Buck was my idol, man. All right. Now to punt. They're going to kick off from the 20-yard line. And
they get a choice?
The deep guys are back at the 25, and that's going to be caught at the 30-yard line. And then cutting it over from the middle all the way over to the far side. Little trip try by the Collinsville special teamers, but that did not stop Elijah Bolden from getting some very important yards as he is across midfield already into Collinsville territory.
No, Collinsville gave up contain. Rome Richardson thought he had the runner, and he came inside instead of outside in, gave up contain, and gave up, well, actually, it looks like the young man stepped out of bounds, thank goodness. So,
yeah,
only gave up an extra 10 yards instead of 20. So again, Belleville East will start from midfield. We'll see what Collinsville's defense has to offer. How about a turnover, Todd?
I guess I'm going to have to just stop resetting this camera because it's not working. I'm more worried about that than I am anything else right now. So I'll switch my attention to the field. Once again, it's Kingston Jones at quarterback. He has his running back, Jaden Beeman, and a give to Beeman, and Beeman gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost about a half a yard, but Looks like he might have got back to the line of scrimmage, so they'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Collinsville's line did a good job of stand-in Belleville East offensive lineup. Looked like number 90, Aiden Jordan for Collinsville, led the way on that, and then our linebacking core filled the gaps. Collinsville has a nice linebacking core this year.
Lots of experience there, and in the defensive secondary as well. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side, 1 on the far side, 1 lone setback, and again, Jones is in shotgun, and he will go back to pass to the man in motion. That's Keithan Jones, and he gets taken down big time by Amari Rogers-Parrott for a loss on the play.
Man, Amari Rogers-Parrott closed on that play. Man, faster than the Remax Realtors could close on a property, Todd. That was a nice play by Parrott Rogers.
6:35 left to play here in this opening quarter. 9-0 in favor of Belleville East.
Another big 3rd down.
Collinsville has a couple of tough Belleville schools on their schedule. They got Belleville East now, and a few weeks down the road, they got Altoff, and Altoff's loaded this year.
Oh, Altoff went fully loaded this year. They should win state in 1A or at least get to the finals.
Yeah. 3 wide receivers all bunched together over here on the near side, 1 on the far side, and then we have a whistle on the play, and we're going to have a timeout called by Belleville East, so we will step aside for just a moment as well, and we'll be back after this brief timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. 3rd down and 11 to go here for the Lancers. Lancers already up 9-0. A touchdown on their first drive, and then Collinsville's first possession resulted in a safety, and there is your 9-0 lead. Here's the snap. Back to passes. Jones, he gets hit as he throws it, and it's intercepted. Devin Habermill, big number 9, intercepts the ball, and that direct hit on the quarterback caused that to go right to Habermill.
Big hit on the quarterback. Credit Collinsville's defense. Coach Mack is fired up on the sidelines. We interrupt the pass. D9 Dozer breaks out the scoop, snatches the ball, and has a nice return, and that is a huge change of events.
Sure is.
Just what Collinsville needed with a momentum shift. Now let's see if our offense, you know, when you have the ball midfield, it's totally different than having it on your own 1-yard line, right?
Yeah.
Now we can use the entire field.
Yes.
The Jayhawks will take over then on the 46-yard line of the last.
All right, I'm just going to have to keep on resetting this if I find it glitching, because if I just let it go, pretty soon our play-by-play will be like a minute behind what everybody's watching on the screen. Man comes into motion, and flags fly everywhere, and it's a false start against Collinsville.
Well, give up 5 yards here on 1st down, and when you're putting a lot of men in motion, I think that's the risk you take. And, again, I told the guys this week, I said, hey, just get better this week. Figure out your timing, figure out your flow, because we've got a lot of winnable games this year, and use this game to get better. So even though we have a penalty, they'll learn from it.
So instead of 1st and 10, 1st and 15, 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 1, and back to passes Reynolds, and he finds Rogers-Parrott at midfield, gets into Belleville East territory and gets just a couple of yards past the original line of scrimmage, so a 7-yard gain, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8.
That was a nice run.
Sure
was.
Was.
Run after catch there. He was really stopped when he caught the ball, and he did a little shimmy shake and got away from some defenders and got us back ahead of the line of scrimmage with a very manageable 2nd and 8.
A lot better 2nd down and 8 than it would have been if he would have been stopped at the 50-yard line where first contact was made. 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Habermill is the one skipping across, and a handoff will go right over to the right side. Oh, man, what a big hit there. That was Jamonte Thomas.
Come on. They're going to get Habermill on a late hit when he was blocking?
Well, we'll have to wait and see the call, but
Now, if they do
I didn't
call
see
that,
anything wrong with it.
No, there was nothing wrong with that.
Monte Thomas, there's a flag.
Them other guys better talk some sense into that fella.
Well, the head referee, the one with the white hat on, is talking to Habermill, so it must be against him.
Watching the flag here.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
there is no excuse for that. Zero. From a back judge, too. The referee didn't even call it.
Yeah.
Personal foul against the Kahawks.
That's going to put them all the way back at their own
I
45-yard
mean,
line.
That is – I don't mean to harp on referees. That's one of the worst calls I've ever seen in high school football.
So back to their own 45-yard line, and Collinsville needs to get it to the Belleville East 36-yard line for a first down. The only good news that comes out of this is it is still second down.
It is, but good Lord, you have a good play, a kid's playing hard, and you penalize him 15 yards. That's one of the smartest players on the field, too.
Loyal Patterson lines up over here on the near side. Rogers Parrott, over on the far side. We'll get 5 of those yards back.
Well, credit Collinsville for being disciplined. Sometimes it's hard to go on a hard count. And they were able to stay disciplined and get 5 of those yards back. Hopefully the football gods will come into action and erase what the back judge took away from us.
So instead of 2nd and 19, it is 2nd and 14. Ball resting right at the midfield stripe of the 50-yard line. Rogers Parrott over on the far side. Matt Reynolds in the slot. And over here on the near side is Loyal Patterson. Snap back to Reynolds. He rolls out. He throws while he's on the run, and that one is intercepted. And Belleville East will get the ball right back, and I believe that was Xavion Moody that intercepted that ball.
Yeah, ill-advised pass by Reynolds. He threw into double coverage, kind of floated the ball up there, just hoping that one of his guys would come down with it. Belleville East has 2 good athletes to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to throw to open receivers or just throw it out of bounds. And, again, that's the inexperience, but that's what this game's for. It's to learn, and Chase will learn from that, and next time he'll chuck it out of bounds.
Have I told you already I'm over this camera thing?
It's not even done with the first quarter
Every
yet.
time I look down, it's just glitching. I'm going to try to keep on resetting, and maybe one of these days it'll take.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Speak to it nicely. Right? Speak to it nicely.
Another flag.
We're going to get offsides on Collinsville again.
Man, this first quarter is just taking forever to get through because of these flags.
Welcome to week 1 of high school football.
I know.
It's pretty common. Pretty common. Got to use it to get better. It's tough to go from practice to the speed of the game. I mean, you're talking about high-level high school football here, and things happen real quick.
Yeah, that they do. All right, so a free 5 yards for Belleville East. Turns a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 5. 5:07 left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville trailing 9-0. Back in shotgun. Jones, he'll snap the ball back, and he'll do so to Moody. Moody spins out of 1 tackle and gets back up to the 50-yard line, and that's going to be real close to a first down. They say he went down, I guess, at the 49, so that is good enough for a first down. And a fresh set of downs here for Belleville East.
Yeah, they spread the field out. They had a lot of lead backs or lead blockers out there. Belleville East has some size on the line.
1st and 10 from the Lancers, 49.
All right.
Collinsville's going to have to be a little tricky strategically, stunting, blitzing, that kind of stuff to slow this Lancer offense down, I believe.
James Johnson lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. One more on the far side. And under center this time is Jones. So he hands the ball off, does so to Beeman. And Beeman gets it into Collinsville territory, right on the logo there at midfield. Gain of about 4 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and Collinsville's backers had that stuffed up, but courtesy of Belleville East's big offensive line, they still get, 5 yards out of the deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they call 5 yards. So gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Lancers. Once again, Jones under center. Played that whole first series in shotgun. 2 guys in motion. And a false start.
I was going to say.
I
was waiting on that.
I didn't think 2 guys in motion was allowed. I'm like waiting for the flag to fall.
I was waiting on that.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now.
I think it was supposed to be a set shift, right? But it appeared to be motion, so you end up with illegal motion.
3:54 left to play here in this opening quarter. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. Glad that you're with us. Sorry about the camera issues here early on. Trying to work our way through it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're kind of like the Kahawks and the Lancers. We got a little bit of wrinkles to iron out here, but we'll get her together.
Well, I should have had 2 games under my belt already this year. Oh, there's a missed ball. Collinsville's going to get it, or are they? Oh, there's still a scramble for it. Looks like Belleville East might have got on top of it all the way back to the 30-yard line.
Oh, no, we had the football.
Man, those bouncing footballs on the turf, they are hard to get.
Back judge calls it Belleville East right away. However, that's a nice turn of events for Collinsville's defense. Now they're going to put our defensive backs to the test, I have a feeling, right? They're
I would think so.
They're going to try for another pass interference play here. Or a reception.
By the way, weather-wise, it is very steamy, and there are thunderstorms all around us. So I would not be shocked at all if we had lightning in the area, especially as the skies get darker and it's easier to see.
Right.
But we do have a lightning indicator here.
Well, they've got technology that tells us, right?
Yeah. Here's a pass back behind the line of scrimmage, and it is up to about the 34-yard line, so a small gain of about 4 yards. And that pass was hauled in by Mekhi Henderson, a sophomore, 182, 5'9" sophomore, listed as a running back.
Should be good for a punt.
Yeah. 4th down and 26. And we will see how they want to play it. Right now, Kingston Jones is lining up as quarterback, but I'm not sure who handles the punting duties for Belleville East. So it could be him, and could be that they're going to see if they can kind of trick Collinsville here. And Kingston Jones backs up just a little bit more. Not much, though. And I think they were, I don't know, trying to bait Collinsville into an offside. It only would have given them 5 more yards. Maybe that's what they were going for, trying to get 5 more yards to get a little bit of a better punt going on there. But that didn't work out, so I'll bring on the punt unit. And back to punt is Grayson Parker, so he'll handle the punting duties, the extra point duties, and the kickoff duties. And for Collinsville, Loyal Patterson will go back to collect this punt as he stands on or near his own 30-yard line. 1:54 left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville trailing 9-0. There's the snap, and Grayson punts it high, not very deep. Patterson's going to take it at the 33-yard line, put on a couple of moves, and gets rid of a couple of tacklers, has a little bit more room on the outside. He's up the far side sideline. He's got one man to beat. He gets past him, and he's going to go all the way. Loyal Patterson gets Collinsville on the board with a big punt return of 70 yards. 67 somewhere around there, but Collinsville is on the board. Nicely done. Tell you what, man, he got out of some early tackle opportunities there for Belleville East, and once he turned the corner over on that right side and went up that sideline, there was just one more man to beat, and that was Grayson, and he put on a nice move just to get around the Lancers punter all the way for a touchdown, a 67-yard punt return by Loyal Patterson. And now Matt Reynolds is on to try the extra point. And Chase Reynolds is the holder. Darren Pinnell's right down here below us, along with Travion Stewart. The extra point is good, and Collinsville, trailing 9-0, has now made it 9-7. Belleville East will get the ball back next after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. The crowd has been electrified with a 67-yard punt return by loyal Patterson to put Collinsville on the board, and now the Kahawks just trail by that safety as they are ready to kick the ball back over to Belleville East. 1:33 left to play here in quarter number 1. Well, the camera's not glitching now. That's a good thing, but it's awfully far away. All right, Matt Reynolds ready to kick off again, and back deep. It is Avion Moody in the middle, flanked by a couple of other Lancers. Keithan Jones over on the far side, and over here on the near side, Elijah Bolden. And Collinsville go back to work, and they're going to try an onside kick. It's going to go 10 yards, and the guy who kicked the ball jumps on top of it as soon as it traveled across the 50-yard line. How about some special teams play?
That is huge. That's why I love Colton Rhodes. He caught Belleville East sleeping. Nobody in the stadium saw that coming. Collinsville regains possession of the football.
You know, you're not allowed to do that in the NFL now. Have you heard about that stupid new rule?
No.
Oh, yeah. You can't do an onside kick in the NFL now until you reach the fourth quarter. And you have to let the other team know that you're getting ready to do that.
Oh, no comment, Todd.
I know.
I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get in trouble this year.
We call that the Sean Payton rule, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, so Collinsville gets the ball back, looking to take their first lead. 1st and 10. Ball on the Belleville East 49-yard line. Reynolds is in shotgun. And a high snap. He'll pull it down, and he'll take off running, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Belleville East sniffed that out. They had the box stacked. That's where Collinsville's got to audible and get to the outside or go to the air.
Yeah, Jamonte Thomas was right next to him. I'm not sure if he would have handed the ball off to Thomas, he would have gotten any farther.
Yeah, no, Belleville East had the box totally stacked on that play.
Yeah,
and they've got size, so that's a tough task there, buddy.
They're going to say that he lost a yard, so the ball on the midfield stripe of the 50-yard line, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Mario Rogers-Parrott lines up as the lone wide receiver over on the far side. Tight formation here for Collinsville. And again, Thomas is the lone running back. Here's the snap, and Reynolds is going to follow Thomas as the lead blocker, and he'll get a little bit of that back, plus some, about 5 yards on the gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 6.
That's a nice blocking by our lineman up front because, again, Belleville East is just stacking the box, basically daring us to go to the air or outside. So to get positive yardage on that play is nice. Chase Reynolds huffing and puffing out there. It's warm.
It is very warm.
I mean, it's more thick than warm.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
humid.
very humid. Dew point's real high.
Yeah.
We're about to break that, I think. It's supposed to be a beautiful holiday weekend.
We're going to call a timeout? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Yeah, 5 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now they're going to let it run all the way down. So that is the end of quarter number 1. 9-7 in favor of the Belleville East Lancers. Quarter number 2 comes your way after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
And most of all, his willingness and passion to support Kahok football. Coaches and fans, Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Coach Sika.
Right down there at the very bottom of your screen, right down there by the 50-yard line, waving now is Coach Jim Sika, who has given up his seat here in the press box to Derek Keith Cox, as he is, I guess, officially retiring. He's retired from teaching and he's retired from coaching. Now he is retired from announcing here at Kahok Stadium. So we wish him all the best. Got a plaque there delivered by Clay Smith, and a very nice gesture indeed. Here is Chase Reynolds running out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds, and that is going to be a incomplete pass. Did he catch it? I'm waiting for the referee to spot the ball.
I think he caught it.
I think he did. Boy, that's a nice spot, too.
Right. I was thinking, wait a minute.
I was thinking it was going to be back up there by the 43-yard line, but they're going to mark it at the 41. So that is going to be a fourth down and about 2 to go for a first down for Collinsville. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Big play. I thought we would go for it anyway. That's Colton Rhodes for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now with 2 yards to go,
I wouldn't be surprised if the first order of business is trying to get him to jump off sides. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Collinsville.
Miscommunication.
Yep, we will go ahead and take a timeout, too. We'll be back here in just a quick second or two on the Kahok Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back here once again at Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke is my name. Dr. Chris McCluskey with us on the other microphone. We appreciate you all tuning in and taking in week number 1 of the high school football season, Collinsville and Belleville East. Kahoks only have 4 home games this year, and the next one is coming up next week against Centralia. So 2 quick home games, and then only 2 more left on the schedule for the rest of the year. Here is a keeper again by Chase Reynolds, and he is going to get very close to what he needed for a first down. And looks like they got it. Yep, they got it. They call a first down.
Oh, man, I thought he had it easy, and then it looked like he tripped, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to measure.
So we're underway here in the second quarter. Yeah, I guess they are going to measure.
I don't.
Well, I mean, the ball is right on that 39-yard line, and that's where the first down marker is on the other side of the field.
That's going to be close, man.
Well, luckily the football length is going in the right direction.
That is going to be close. Come on, Shangang.
Nope, they're going to go say, nope, we don't need a measurement. We're going to call it a first down.
Well, we need to move the chains, fellas.
Yep. Got to move the chains first until they get this down. Yeah.
Why aren't they moving the chains?
Yeah, well, I think the head coach for Belleville East wants to come out and complain.
Oh, yeah, he's upset about it. He wants a measurement.
Michael Harrison.
I don't blame him based on that spot, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I guess that they, they're going to say, let's play. All right.
Well, the referee wound the clock, and the chains haven't even been moved.
Yep. He's got a hot date.
He's hot. I was going to say, he's hot.
Here's Reynolds back to pass. Those far sideline. That's got to be some pass interference.
That's got to be a flag.
And there are no flags.
on the other side. His hands were all over him.
Yep, sure were. No call on that. Just an incomplete pass. So that'll bring up second down and 10 now for Collinsville. Yeah, that was a much more blatant display of pass interference than the other one they called.
Well, now it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's not even a question that that's a penalty.
Well, wasn't called, so apparently it's not a penalty.
Well, it's not a penalty in this game.
10:52 left to play here in this second quarter, first half. Rogers Parrott lined up over on the far side. Patterson over here on the near side. Matt Reynolds in the slot. Chase Reynolds in shotgun, and he'll take the ball, and he will hand it off and right up the middle, and thought for a minute there that Thomas was going to have a little bit of room, but number 11, Pierre Marks, said, nope, you're not going to go any farther.
That was a beautiful open field tackle by Pierre Marks, without a doubt, because he misses that tackle, we're off to the races.
Yep. 3rd and 7 upcoming here for Collinsville. Kahawks trail by 2. 9 quick points scored by Belleville East. A touchdown on the first possession, and then Collinsville's first possession turned into a 2-point safety for Belleville East, and then Collinsville with the big 67-yard punt return by Loyal Patterson has gotten Collinsville back to within 2, and now the Kahawks trying to take the first lead here in this game. Thomas stands over the right-hand shoulder of Reynolds, and the snap. Reynolds is going to go back to pass. He's looking, getting out of a little bit of trouble. Throws it on his toes, though. He kind of did a hop throw, and that really takes the air out from underneath the ball.
Well, there was no receiver.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I credit Reynolds for trying to make a play, but he threw it basically in the middle of 2 Belleville East defenders, so we've got to get that ball out of bounds.
That brings up a 4th down and 8, and we will see how Collinsville wants to run this one, I believe. Collinsville just called a timeout, so another quick timeout coming your way. We'll be back with more right after this break on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you from Kahawk Stadium. That was an official's timeout, so it was not charged to Collinsville. And the Kahawks still have 1 timeout left. The Kahawks have 2 timeouts left, so do the Lancers. As we are a couple minutes into quarter number 2. Reynolds in shotgun will take it and roll once again. He's got to roll out of trouble now, and he is off to the races. Over on the far side, he's going to have a first down, and he's going to have more up the sideline. Finally gets brought out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark him down at around the 8-yard line, and that was a nice run by Reynolds when he was initially in trouble.
I'm telling you, he was. The weak side defensive end turned Chase around, and the strong side defensive end just lost contain. Chase got to the outside of him, and let me tell you what, Chase Reynolds is not slow, Todd.
Oh, no,
right?
not at all.
So if you lose contain on Reynolds, he's going to make something happen. That's a huge play.
Sure was.
For Reynolds and the Kahawks.
First down and goal from the 8-yard line for Collinsville. Rogers Parrott lines up over on the far sideline as a receiver. Loyal Patterson over here on the near. Matt Reynolds in the slot once again. Chase Reynolds in shotgun. Takes a high snap, and it goes right into the hands of Thomas. Thomas gets it down to about the 5-yard line before he's finally brought down. So a gain of about 2. They're going to mark it down at the 6.
Was that supposed to be a direct snap?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Chase did a good job of selling it.
Yeah. Zach Priest comes off the bench as a wide receiver. Loyal Patterson heads out. Rogers Parrott goes and lines up on the far side once again. Priest on the near side. Reynolds in the slot. And Devin Habermill is going to be the tight end. He doesn't know where to go right now.
East has got the box stack. Council's going to have to go to the air, get to the outside here.
Chase Reynolds in shotgun once again, and the snap, and another. Well, this time it's a Reynolds keeper, and he gets down to the 1-yard line before he is finally brought down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal for Collinsville from the Belleville East 1.
Yeah, that was nice. I think hopefully it'll be short of the 1. Yeah, they're going to move it back on the half-yard line maybe.
3rd down and goal.
Well, now it's just a grit game, right?
Yeah.
Who can stand who up? You got to have a clean handoff here.
Logan Odell checks into the game. Collinsville breaks huddle. And now it looks like Chase Reynolds is going to go underneath center.
Probably see a keeper here.
Yeah. Way back in the single I formation is Thomas. And a snap, and the keeper by Reynolds, and he's in for a touchdown.
Very nice. Misdirection. They thought he was going to go up the middle. Reynolds takes a step back, goes off tackle to the short side of the field. It's pay dirt. 6 points for Collinsville.
And the Kahawks have their first lead of this game. 13-9 is the score, pending the extra point try here by Matt Reynolds.
Man, what a huge play by Chase Reynolds on 3rd down on a broken up pass play, and he just makes something happen. I mean, credit these 6 points to Chase Reynolds. There goes your Kahawk Crazies.
Kahawk Crazies
Carter
Saw
Harrington.
Travion Swagger came up into the booth here a minute ago. He
He
was hanging
did.
out in the bleachers here with Darren Pinnell. There's Darren right there.
Yeah, a lot of former K-Hawks
Yeah.
out here supporting their guys.
Yeah, well, you know,
Jerry Richardson.
Darren only goes over to McKendree, so it's not a very far drive for him. Here is a 2-point play. Collinsville is going to try to get an extra point out of this, and a spin move, and in there is Jamonte Thomas, and Collinsville goes up 15-9.
Man, nice secondary blocking by Collinsville's offense. They just stayed with it and willed their running back into the end zone. Good for the 2-point conversion.
15-9. Belleville East will get the ball back after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
The Collinsville Junior Service Club Golf Scramble is coming up on Sunday, October the 16th at Arlington Greens Golf Course. For more information, you can call Shelley at 618-210-7273. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you. Collinsville has their first lead, 15-9. We have 8:10 left to play here in this first half.
Yeah, nice turn of events.
Sure
Collinsville,
was.
a lot of penalties, mistakes early in the game. They've seemed to settle in, and you know, I love the energy. They've got belief, and you mentioned Darren Pinnell and Jerry Richardson. Our stadium is full tonight.
It is, yeah.
For week one.
So is the visitor side
nice
over there.
to
Belleville
see.
East brought a lot of people. Well, they don't have very far to drive either. Here is Matt Reynolds with a kickoff, and this one is going to go end over end. Caught at the 30-yard line. Nope, it's dropped, but there with a very well-aware alertness was Clay Derrick, who jumped on top of that ball before anybody wearing the purple and the white could do it.
Yeah, Michael Tange jumped about 5 yards like Superman, like a heat-seeking missile trying to get that football, but credit the return team for East for retaining possession. Here comes your Kahok marching band.
Yeah, they're getting ready for
Excited to
halftime.
see them over halftime, that's right.
I was doing all right on the glitching there for a while, and then all of a sudden it started up again.
Well, Belleville East will have the ball with 8:06 on the clock. Now, if Collinsville can get a stop, that'd be huge here, and either score or run the clock, because remember, we get possession in the second half.
Yeah, we do. That we do. All right. Belleville East, Kingston Jones under center. He almost fumbled the ball and somehow or another managed to hang on to it and turned it into a 3-yard gain.
Well, that was an interesting play. They had 10 guys on the line with a single running back and quarterback. Everybody down blocked to the strong side of the field, and I think if he had not fumbled that, he would have had a chance to bust it to the weak side. So a little trick play there. Now East goes back to a more normal set.
I was doing so well there with that camera, and then all of a sudden it started glitching again. All right, now in shotgun is Kingston Jones, and he has Beeman over his right shoulder, and a throw and a catch, and just missing the opportunity. There's a flag on the play way back where the quarterback was, and the runner goes all the way up to midfield.
Hopefully it's a hold.
Yeah, that would be John Thomas almost had a chance. He was right in the path of the ball, and at the last second he spun out of the way, and I don't think he saw the ball coming his way.
The referee says not so fast. We got a penalty. It's got to be a hold on the weak side, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I didn't see any quarterback interference or roughing the passer or anything.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Hold against Belleville East.
Yeah, costly mistake out of Belleville, wiping out a nice 20-ish yard play there.
Yeah, sure was.
Well, Collinsville gets a little bit of a gift there.
Those holds are bad enough, but when they negate a 20-plus yard play,
baby,
coaches don't like that. 7:18 is left on the clock here in quarter number 2.
Playing the backup beeper over the PA. That's classic. Got some new energy up here in the booth. You never know what you might get.
Yeah.
I heard that. I thought there was a truck out back.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's good.
Tell you what, when that lightning siren went off about 90 minutes before the game, we're all like, uh-oh. We didn't even see any lightning around us at all. Here is the quarterback throwing deep is Jones. He's got a man open. Oh, last second. What a great job on reaching up there for the tip. Oh, boy, that was awesome by Drew Ballisis. And, man, oh, man, I think that's who it was, wasn't it? Oh, 85. No, that's Loyal
85.
Patterson.
Loyal Patterson.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was a big league play.
That was a well-timed lead.
Oh, my gosh. You know, he just kept locking step. He turned and looked, and he batted that ball down. I mean, that's a big-time play out of Loyal Patterson.
And instead of being deep into Collinsville territory, Belleville East is looking at a 3rd down and 17. 7:10 left to play here in this second quarter.
I know it's early in the game, but Loyal Patterson is making a bid for player of the game here, at least in the first half. My goodness.
Kingston Jones back in shotgun. Empty backfield. 3 wide receivers far, 2 over here on the near side. And Jones back to pass, looks, throws down the middle, and he is almost intercepted. Just overthrew his intended receiver, which I believe was Keithan Jones.
Yeah, he had 2 receivers open, the inside receiver, but that's a tough ball running straight up the field, and he overthrew him by about
Patterson's a little gingerly getting up out there.
I think he knocked the wind out of himself. Plus, he just ran about 100 yards
Yeah.
on 2 plays.
I know.
And it's hot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he just needs a breather. I think he's okay.
Well, he's supposed to be the punt returner. Oh, flag on the play. I didn't see that.
Decline it.
Oh, okay, so it is 4th down. Yeah.
So we're either going to need to, who are we going to send back? We're going to send Romel Bollinger back as the return man.
Yeah, Loyal Patterson needs a breather because he's usually the return man.
So this is where we don't want to jump off sides. We want to retain possession. If it's not a super catchable ball, you just get away from it.
Well, the play clock just now started, so there's plenty of time left. Amanda Bauer down there looking at Rogers Parrott also. Then she has to come over, and looks like Loyal Patterson's not feeling too well down there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, get him some pickle juice.
Yeah. Here is the snap and the punt. It's not very deep, and Collinsville's just going to let it go.
Get away from it. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
It's going to take a big Belleville East bounce, though, and continue to roll all the way inside the 30. They're trying to fan it to get it to go down farther.
Oh, my gosh. What is our number 23? I thought
22.
Delvin Cross. Jamonte Thomas comes running in out of nowhere.
Yeah, Cross is giving
Cross
it to
is
him right
going,
now.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, no. Now these guys get excited, right?
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I mean. You got to learn today. You got to get better, right?
All right.
In-game experiences, all these things pop up, and you're playing on emotion, and it's just experience is huge in this game.
Clock says 6:49 to play here in this second quarter. Collinsville up 15-9, and the Kahawks back on the offensive side of things. Wide receivers, 2 on the far, 1 on the near. Zach Priest lines up over here on the near side. There's a handoff that's going to go to Thomas, and Thomas will get across the line of scrimmage and pick up about 2.
Yeah, Belleville East Interior continuing to do a good job plugging up the inside of the box, and it's forward progress for Collinsville. That does keep the clock moving. Collinsville needs a couple first downs here. You know, worst case, you'd like to run out the clock, right?
Yeah.
Not give up any more points here in the first half. Best case, you put more points on the board and get the ball back.
Yeah. I like the best case part better.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sure. If I get a vote, that's what I'm voting for. Mario Rogers Parrott lines up on the far side. Zach Priest still over here on the near side. Matt Reynolds in the slot. And Matt Reynolds comes into motion. Here's the snap. And Reynolds is getting flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw on the run. And he was aiming for Habermill, but Habermill didn't even turn around.
No, Chase is not having any success setting his feet. Belleville East is really busting through the line of scrimmage, so Chase is going to have to throw on the run if he's going to have any success, or a quick one-step drop on a slant pattern, something like that.
I was going to say
right?
the same thing.
Yeah.
5 or 10 yard slant, be
Right.
done with it. So 3rd down and 8 it is for Collinsville. 5:57 after the incomplete pass stops the clock. And the Kahawks need to get close to the 40-yard line to pick up a first down. Rogers Parrott over on the far side. Zach Priest over here on the near side. Once again, Matt Reynolds in the slot. Thomas over the left-hand shoulder of Reynolds. And the snap. Reynolds back to pass and gets flushed out of the pocket once again. Rolls away from trouble. Throws on the run. And then a couple of guys all over the back of Rogers Parrott. And no call on the play.
I mean, you can't touch a receiver before he goes for the ball.
No, he got ran over from behind by 2 Lancers.
Back judge not having it for Collinsville tonight, apparently, which is fine. We're just going to have to realize that's the case and throw to open receivers.
So Matt Reynolds is back to punt. And back at about the 35-yard line is Xavion Moody for Belleville East.
There is an argument everybody was going for the ball.
Yeah.
Get that? So we'll just take it for what it is.
But you can't jump over the back of the intended
no,
receiver
I mean,
to get to the ball.
It's textbook pass interference, but I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I hear you. Reynolds stands at his own 15. Moody stands near his own 30. And now we have a flag. False start. So Collinsville's going to get backed up 5 more yards. That's not good. Now Reynolds will be kicking from his 10-yard line.
Flag of the play, that's a false start on Collinsville. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
How's that a back judge call? I don't get it.
I don't know either.
Should be a side judge call. I got my eyes on this guy, Todd.
Yeah.
He's 0 for Collinsville and forever for East so far.
Moody stands back at his own 40 now. Reynolds gets off a nice kick.
Oh, that's a boot.
It's going to back him up as it's going to take a Collinsville bounce. And Collinsville will let it roll, and it'll continue to roll inside the 20-yard line. It'll finally be down to around the 23-yard line. So
laundry.
Another flag on the play, though.
23-yard line.
Hopefully they pick it up.
It's going to go against Belleville East, I believe. So I would not want to re-kick it, so decline it and let the ball lay where it is.
Yeah, you don't see a high school punt that deep very often. That
Yeah.
was a boot by Reynolds, and he did that on the move. Sort of rugby-style kick there.
It was a holding call against what? He called it. He pointed that way, but I think it's against Belleville. Yeah, now he's pointing in the right direction.
Well, if against them, that should back them up, right? You wouldn't re-kick that. You'd take the yards after the play, right?
Whether.
Wait a minute. No.
Yeah, they're going the wrong way.
They just called the penalty on Belleville East.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colton Rhodes is telling them right now they got to go back that way.
Well, now they need to go 10 yards from where the spot
Yeah, they need to go
was, and not
they need
10
to go
yards
back to
from
the
where
13.
they are now.
They need to go back to the 13-yard line. Okay, now we got it. It's the first game for everybody.
Wait a minute. Watch this. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, cool. They got it right. They got it right. So now, big series for Collinsville's defense, up 15-9, 5:34. You either need to regain possession or keep Belleville East from scoring going into halftime here. And you know they're going to the air.
I would believe so. Kingston Jones stands in shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. And he is back to pass as Jones rolls out to his right. Little sidearm throw up to the 20-yard line it goes, and that's a nice little gain of about 6 on the play. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Well, I don't know who picked that up for East, but Tange came on an all-out blitz, and somebody just stuffed him. They really picked that up well. That's good communication out of Belleville East lineman there.
Elijah Bolden with the catch. 2nd down and 4. Clock continues to move, and we have about 5 minutes left to play here in this first half. Don't forget we have the Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up. We'll throw some stats your way. Area scores from around week number 1 of the high school football season. And the handoff is going to be a pretty good one. First down already. And now a little bit of room to move, and then finally pushed out of bounds, and that is Jaden Beeman. And Beeman gets a lot of room all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Wonder if he's related to Willie Beeman.
I don't know.
I can't get over that.
I know.
That's too good. That's a great football movie.
Oh, yeah.
for the Lancers.
I would find it hard-pressed to say that anything Al Pacino's in is not good.
That speech at the end is just classic.
Yeah. Fresh set of downs for Belleville East. Ball on their own 43-yard line. And once again, Jones is in shotgun, and we have a false start.
Got to be on the right tackle for Belleville East. His buddies go over and pat him on the head. You like to see that. They go over and say, don't worry about it, buddy. We're fine.
Yeah.
We'll pick you up, you know. We'll pick you up.
So a 1st and 10 and turns into a 1st down and 15 for the Lancers.
Derek Cox playing back that thing up on a penalty. I love it.
4:44 left to play here in quarter number 2. Lancers go at it again. Kyle Henry lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Slot receiver next to him. He goes into motion. That is Xavion Moody. Moody gets the ball on the handoff, and he's got a little bit of room to work with. He gets around the corner, and a try to get him out of bounds over there, but just missing on the tackle at the last moment was Jamonte Thomas. And you got to be real careful. He almost got him around the helmet.
So do they stop the clock to move the chains
Yes,
on
they
a
do.
first down? Okay.
Yes, they do.
Right. I looked up. I was hoping to see the clock running, and it wasn't. So, yeah, that's boy, he exhibited some speed out there, didn't he?
Yeah.
On the edge.
Yeah, Moody's a fast guy.
That was Xavier Moody. He goes 5'8", 180, so he got some legs on him. And he was pumping out there.
Kyle Henry once again lines up over here on the near side. Jalen DeWalt is the slot receiver over here on this near side. And Beeman is over the right-hand shoulder of, and now we have a whistle on the play. No flags. What was that all about?
I don't know.
Maybe the refs weren't ready.
Weren't ready, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if I'm Belleville East, I take a couple shots right here.
Yeah. First down, ball on the opponent's 30-yard line. At least on the first down, you would.
Big mismatch out here on the wide side of the field.
Man goes into motion once again, so I don't think they changed the play. Jones steps up, throws the ball down the middle, and it's caught. Flag on the play right in front of Colton Rhodes.
So that's
and
the side judge.
James Johnson caught the ball inside the 10-yard line.
So kind of a quick pass to be a hold, but what would the side judge see? He's going to go talk to the referee and tell him what he saw. Quarterback did step up into the pocket, so
He
there's
did.
a chance for a hold.
I don't think he was far enough to throw the ball when past the line of scrimmage, was he?
I don't know. I mean, they're having a lengthy conversation here.
Oh, they're going to pick the flag up.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, here we go. That's going to be a nice pickup for Belleville East.
Yeah. First down and 10. They mark it down at the 8-yard line. So first and goal coming up for the Lancers. 4:25 left to play here in this first half.
Coaches are giving that side judge a ton of ear candy here.
Man goes into motion once again. Same play. Handoff this time goes up the middle. Beeman gets taken down right about the 1-yard line. He bounced into the end zone.
I thought he was in.
Referee on this side said he was down. Referee on the other side says touchdown.
I thought he was in.
The ball carrier, enough for a Lancers touchdown.
Are we sure?
It looked to me like he was in, but we'll see what they say.
Well, I know he hit the ground and then bounced.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, they're going to mark it.
They're going to mark it for the extra point.
Point
Okay.
after attempt.
Yeah.
That ties the ball game.
Yeah.
15-15. Lancers will come out, probably go ahead and kick it. Looks like they've got a fellow with a pretty strong leg on him here.
Yeah, Grayson Parker.
Yeah, boy, he kicked that thing over to All-Pro Tees.
Yeah,
Big
one of our great sponsors.
Yeah, great sponsor of KahokSports.com and Kahok Athletics.
So Grayson. Snap, hold, kick, and it is good. So 16-15, Belleville East regains the lead. Collinsville will have another crack on offense here with 4:10 left to play in this first half when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds back deep for Collinsville as Grayson Parker handles himself another kickoff. And this one's a line drive heading toward the far side sideline, and I'd let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. There you go.
Near that ball.
Went out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Pancake
out there.
Yeah. Well, it looked like the referee was ready to mark it down at the 4-yard line, and he's like, oh, wait, that's a penalty.
Logan Odell just got steamrolled by, who was that? 34. Killian Crouch. Only goes 5'9", 168, and just absolutely put a hit on Logan Odell. My goodness. Good to see they're both okay.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to bring the ball out to the
should be the
35?
35-yard line. Yeah, kickoff that goes out of bounds. I was really hoping that Matt Reynolds wasn't going to touch it this time.
He was running after it.
He was.
Okay, Collinsville needs a couple first downs here. I mean, this is a big-time series for Collinsville.
Yeah, plenty of time left. Collinsville has 2 timeouts in which to use. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. Reynolds in shotgun once again. Thomas over his right-hand shoulder. Reynolds is going to roll out, and he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's got to get rid of it, and he did.
Yeah, smart play by Reynolds. That's what you want to see out of him. But this strong side defensive end is just tearing Collinsville up. What's his number? Is that 88?
88, yeah. He's a big kid. He's very, very tall, 6'6".
Yeah,
215 pounds.
No wonder he's in the backfield every play, right?
Yeah. All he's got to do is use those long legs to jump over anybody in front of him, and he can get back there quickly.
Yeah, I don't know who's having to deal with him, but it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. I think that's why Reynolds keeps on rolling out to his left, because this guy's over here on the right. You don't want to roll towards him.
You have no choice, right?
Yeah.
Looks like we've got Odell out there on him. Welcome to varsity football, Logan. Holy cow.
I think it's time to start putting Habermill on him. Thomas over the left-hand shoulder. There's a bad snap. And back to get it is Reynolds. He finally picks it up, throws it, and it's incomplete. And boy, oh boy, that was lucky.
That was a great play by Reynolds. I mean, that's a huge play by Reynolds.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad snap. That's the first time we've seen that so far here tonight. Caden Hearn is the center for Collinsville, and I'm sure he doesn't want to do that again.
There's been a few close ones, but Chase has done a great job of hauling them in. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Collinsville's got to have a first down because, I mean, you can't be giving up points.
Well, unfortunately, these back-to-back incomplete passes have stopped the clock, so if you don't do anything here, you're going to have to punt the ball back to Belleville East, and they also have 2 timeouts left.
Honestly, you know, Collinsville special teams has kept them in this game.
Yeah.
You know, in between the trenches, Belleville East is winning this game so far.
Got to find a way to protect the quarterback so he can have some time to throw. Here's the snap, and Reynolds going to throw it, and oh man, what a sorry turn of events that was, because that was, I don't know if it would have turned into a first down, but Logan Odell fell as soon as he caught the ball, and in high school, you don't have to have contact. As soon as you fall down and hit the ground, you're done.
No, but at 3rd and 10, I mean, Odell's a big guy. He's not a guy with speed. Like, I'm not sure that's not, I don't think, who you want to get the ball to.
What the defense is giving you is all the short passes, and you're not going to probably get off a long one anyway.
You're going to need to get it to somebody speedy, but now Collinsville's forced to punt, so hopefully Reynolds will get off another nice punt.
Moody, or excuse me, they changed up returners. Keithan Jones stands back around his own 40. Reynolds is at his own 15. Here's the snap, and Reynolds gets a nice spiral going on and a fair catch at the 41-yard line by Jones, and that's where Belleville East will start from, and they have 3 minutes and 2 seconds and 2 timeouts to use.
Collinsville's defense has been on the field an awful lot this first half, and in the game of football, when it's hot and humid like this, that will start to take its toll on you.
I was doing all right with that camera again. All of a sudden it started glitching.
Collinsville's going to have to find a way to get some first downs and give these defensive guys a break.
Somebody call a timeout? Official timeout. All right, we'll just keep it here for this one. While we try to
hydrate,
reset this camera a couple of times and see if we can get it back to where it was actually working for a while. I'm going to have to do some investigating on this platform that I use here and see if there's something that's not set right.
It's all new, right?
You know, because the commercials are playing just fine. It's just the huddle camera, that's not. Yeah.
The Lancers will have the ball on their own 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Lancers. Collinsville's job right now, not let the Lancers score, because right now Belleville East has a 1-point lead, and Collinsville gets the ball back to start the second half, so they would like to start it just 1 point down.
How about a pick six, Todd?
That'd be nice.
Belleville East taking their time on this official timeout.
Yeah.
Come on, fellas. Blow that whistle.
We have not been able to bring you a soccer game yet because the soccer team has not played a game yet. Monday night's home opener was canceled due to heat. Wednesday night's first road game at Triad was canceled due to lightning. And we'll be back at it next week. We have a boys soccer game at Edwardsville for you on Tuesday on the schedule, and then back home on Thursday before we return against a Centralia team for the second week of the football season. And a missed open field tackle there by Chase Reynolds. He gets up a little gingerly. I think he's more mad at himself than anything.
Yeah, I think he was mad. He missed that open field tackle.
So a gain of about 4 on the play.
Makai Henderson, 5'9", 182-pound running back. Belleville East has some size. I mean, they're a big, strong, physical football team.
They're going to give him a 3-yard gain instead of 4. So instead of 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. 2:30 left to play here in this first half. And once again, Kingston Jones in shotgun. 3 wide receivers, all of them on the right side of the formation. And Makai Henderson is the lone running back right now, not Beeman, as Jones goes back to pass.
Collinsville brought everybody. Somebody's open.
Habermill trying to track him down to throw to the sideline, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, great coverage by Collinsville's secondary. We blitzed 2 linebackers that time, and Belleville East picked it up. Man, you got to give credit to this Belleville East offensive line. They are really doing a great job.
Yeah.
And if you just look out there at the line of scrimmage,
oh, look at
it looks like a college team playing a high school team.
Max Altpater, 6'3", 232-pound senior.
Right.
That's a big man.
I mean, like I said, you just visually when you look out there, you think, how's Collinsville doing this? But, man, our boys are competing.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Colton Rhodes has these guys believing, and they're out there competing, and they find themselves in a close football game. I'm super proud
Briggs,
of them.
another senior, 6'4", 267 pounds.
I'm telling you, they're huge.
And a little bit of trouble, and Jones is going to go down, and a sack by Devin Habermill.
Break out, fill up the gas tank on the D9 dozer. Devin Habermill into the backfield. Credit Coach Mack and Delvin Cross. Collinsville's found no choice but to just blitz linebackers, and it's working out so far. And this is that was a huge third down.
17 quarterback sacks Collinsville had last year, and leading the way in that category was Devin Habermill with 4.
They're going to go for it. Collinsville said, wait a minute.
Collinsville calls a timeout. So, yeah, Habermill, 4 quarterback sacks last year out of Collinsville's 17 quarterback sacks. Kahawks had 15 fumbles recovered last year, and Habermill led in that category as well, also with 4. And the Kahawks also came up with 10 interceptions last year. Chase Reynolds and Michael Tange had 2 each to account for 4 of those 10. So, Collinsville, man, especially Habermill, man, he gets back into that backfield. I wouldn't want to be the opposing quarterback.
I'll never forget. Oh, absolutely. Exactly. I'll never forget Tange's big interception up in that first-round playoff game up in the Chicagoland area. I don't think I've ever jumped higher in a bleacher in my life.
Yeah. All right. 96 seconds left to play here in this first half. Taking us an hour and 15 minutes to get to this point. To me, it just seems like it's been a long first half. I don't know if it's because of the heat.
Penalties,
Yeah.
turnovers.
All right. 4th down and 11 to go for Belleville East. And they are going for it even after Collinsville called a timeout to give them time to talk about it. What do they do? They have too many players on the field?
I think there's an equipment issue.
Yeah.
I guess, later in the year you get a penalty on that, but early in the year the referees give these guys some slack, which I don't mind that.
Jalen DeWalt goes running out. Elijah Bolden comes in, takes over as the slot receiver here on the near side. There's movement. Yep. That's going to cost them another 5, and it'll bring up 4th down and 16, and we'll see if the Lancers still want to go for it here on 4th down.
That's a big number, 76. Josh Briggs, a senior.
Yeah, he was the one I was just talking about.
267, and when he moves, you see it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Guys down the field probably feel it.
Yeah.
A little bit of a trimmer.
Richter scale?
Yeah.
He's a big, strong human.
All right, so 4th down and 16. Looks like the Lancers are still going to go for it here. That's kind of brave.
I don't know.
Ball at the 35-yard line.
Going for the dagger if they can.
I guess. Oh, there was a little fake punt action going on there, a quick
They're
punt.
going to try to pin us deep.
Yeah, they
I
are.
like that. It's pretty smart.
Yeah. All the way down inside the 15-yard line. They'll down it at the 11. And we have 1:26 left to go. And Collinsville has 1 timeout left and a long way to go if they want to score some points. And you can't just kneel on the ball 3 straight times because Belleville East has 2 timeouts. So they could stop the clock if you even thought about trying that.
Well, you just can't turn the ball over here.
Yeah.
That. You really need a first down.
Oh, yeah.
But those have been hard to come by here as of recent.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine you are going to see a running play here on this first play, and Belleville East will tip their hand as to whether they want to use their timeouts or not. Reynolds in shotgun. And a high snap, and he goes back to pass, and he completes it right at the line of scrimmage, though, and maybe a couple of more yards out of that. And the catch made by, if my eyes didn't deceive me, that was Rome Richardson.
God, that's a gutsy call by the Collinsville Kahok offense. Credit number 12, Caden Sabri, 6'1", 205-pound senior linebacker out of Belleville East. Sniffed that one out. He was all over that.
Belleville East does use a timeout, so they have 1 left.
Oh, they know we're getting the ball back. They want the ball back.
Yeah, and that's a gain of only 1 on the play, so 2nd down and 9. That's why I'm not a football coach. See, I said, for sure you'll run it on 1st down. It didn't.
Well, I like the idea. It's a gutsy call because, like I said, you can't turn the football over.
No.
And had that linebacker gotten there a second earlier, we turned that ball over. So, again, credit. Number 12, Caden Sabri out of Belleville East. We're busting that play up. Credit Collinsville for retaining possession. We've got 2nd and 9, it looks like. 1:17. We just need to run the clock out is what we need to do here, but they're not going to let us. We need a first down.
Loyal Patterson, the lone wide receiver on the far side. 2 more over here on the near side. And Reynolds in shotgun once again for Collinsville. Takes the snap. Goes back to pass. Rolls into the end zone. Throws it down, and we're going to have a flag on the play. And I don't know if it's going to be a holding against us.
He threw the flag.
Yep, it is.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, see, we ran a slant pattern, and the slant receiver was open. Collinsville's got to let Reynolds start throwing some slant balls because he doesn't have time to get a receiver down the field. So you got to take a 1-step drop, hit your slant back, and let him go.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, which is the 12-yard line. So that'll put him down to the 7. And the Lancers still have 1 more timeout.
I might decline that if I'm Belleville. Yeah, I would too. I'd take the down over the yards.
Yep. So 3rd down and 9.
Holding penalty against Collinsville is declined. Brings up 3rd down now, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I'm looking for Loyal Patterson on a slant ball and just let him go. Hey, he's getting cushion.
Patterson's on the far side. Matt Reynolds lines up in the slot on that side. Amari Rogers-Parrott lines up over here on the near side. Habermill skipping across behind his lineman, and Chase Reynolds is going to keep the ball, and he'll barrel forward and get brought down about after a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that doesn't get done what you need to get done.
No. And Belleville East is going to call their final timeout with 1:02 left to play here in this first half.
Well, Collinsville's defense is going to be back on the field. We need Reynolds to get a great punt off here.
That we do.
And we need to hold Belleville to no points at the end of this half and then go in and regroup, figure out a new strategy for our offense, because right now there is absolutely nothing doing for Collinsville's offense.
Keithan Jones is standing back on the Collinsville 45-yard line. And
another official timeout?
Well, I know that the Lancers used a timeout to stop the clock.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Got a 1-point game with just 1 minute to play.
1-point game, 1:02 left. And Collinsville and their punt team needs to give Matt Reynolds enough time to get this ball off.
Well, they've done a good job so far. Again, special teams are absolutely the reason Collinsville's in this contest tonight, so credit special teams. Who's our special teams coordinator?
It doesn't say on the roster. It just has assistant.
Got it. Whoever it is, they get a big high five here for the first half. He's had his guys ready.
All right. Here we go. Matt Reynolds stands on the goal line and awaits the snap. Here it is. And Reynolds gets off a nice kick. It's going to back up the returner. It's going to bounce out of bounds right at midfield.
50-yard punt. You just can't ask for more than that.
Yeah.
Great job out of Reynolds.
They're going to mark it down at about the 47-yard line. So Belleville East will have 53.8 seconds left. They do not have any more timeouts. So Collinsville's defense, and I know they've been on the field a lot here tonight, they need to give it one more go here and then go rest up in the locker room for a little bit.
Yeah, this is a huge possession. And look for Belleville East to spread the field out. And probably, I mean, conventional wisdom would say that they're going to go to the air because they don't have much time. But, man, they might get a guy in the open field to see if he can scamper.
All right. Once again, Kingston Jones back behind center. Way deep in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Pitches the ball out to the man on the run, and he gets picked up and brought down by Habermill.
God, is Habermill a beast or what?
Man, oh, man.
My goodness. Sorry for you, young man. You ran into a bulldozer. That's why we call him D9 Dozer. Committed to Northern Illinois University, Division I football player.
And now we're going to stop the clock is Jones by spiking the ball into the ground with 28 seconds to go. So that will bring up third down and 12.
It's going to be longer than that.
Somebody's camera is flashing. I thought for a minute that was lightning. Like
the referee's moving the ball around, or the back judge, whoever this is.
Well, yeah, it was an incomplete pass.
3 yards, then he moves it forward. Right.
You don't move it on an incomplete pass. It stays where it is.
That's my buddy, the back judge, Todd.
All right, 28 seconds left. Third down and 12 to go here for Belleville East. And the man in motion again is Xavion Moody. Moody will make it 3 wide receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, and back to passes Jones. He rolls out. He gets grabbed from behind, and down he goes. Well, big tackle there by Montre Kroom. And that'll bring up fourth down in Belleville East. Well, they don't have any timeouts. They're going to let the clock run out, and that's going to do it for this first half of action.
Huge play by Montre Kroom.
You're not kidding, man. So we'll go to the locker rooms, and Collinsville will be only trailing by 1 point as we officially welcome you in now to the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basementy. Woods Basement Systems, working to keep homes dry since 1986. Give Woods Basement Systems headquarters a call over there on Vandalia in Collinsville at 618-708-4055. Woods Basement System halftime show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is #1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here
on the Kahok Sports Network. We're going to give you an opportunity to take in a little bit of the sights and sounds of the Collinsville Kahok High School Marching Band, if the camera would cooperate with me. And then as soon as they are finished doing their thing, we will come on and give you some first half stats and some scores from other games going on around the area. But right now, here is your Collinsville High School Marching Band. Oh, that was very short and sweet. All right, let's continue on here with the halftime show and give you some stats after we run down the score. Of course, that is 16-15 in favor of Belleville East at the end of one half of play. Belleville East got on the board first on their first possession. A 2-yard touchdown run put them up 7-0 in the first quarter, and then Collinsville's first possession turned into a Lancers safety. And before you knew it, Belleville East was up 9-0. But also in that first quarter, how about a 67-yard punt return by Loyal Patterson? The extra point by Matt Reynolds was good, and Collinsville then trailed 9-7. Kahawks took the lead when Chase Reynolds ran the ball in from the 1-yard line, and Collinsville tried the 2-point conversion, which was good, and the Kahawks had a 15-9 lead, and then an 8-yard touchdown run late in that second quarter by Belleville East gave the Lancers their current lead at 16-15. First half stats for you will begin with Belleville East. Kingston Jones has completed 7 of 10 passes for 69 yards plus an interception. And the rushing game looks like this. Jaden Beeman has ran the ball 7 times for 50 yards and accounted for both of the Belleville East touchdowns. Xavier Moody, 3 carries for 41 yards. Keithan Jones had 1 carry for -2 yards. And Kingston Jones, the quarterback, ran the ball 3 times. And probably just the 3 quarterback sacks. -25 yards is what he has. The receiving core, not a lot going around there. It's spread out, but just not a lot of them. Monzel Spells has 1 catch for -1 yard. Xavier Moody has 1 catch for -6 yards. Number 22, do we not have a name for him? Number 22 is Makai Henderson. He has 2 catches for a total of 6 yards. Elijah Bolden has 1 catch for 6 yards. James Johnson has 2 catches for 64 yards. He has the most yardage, and that opened up that first drive for Belleville East that resulted in their first touchdown. Penalties for Belleville East, they've been penalized 8 times for a total of 50 yards. For Collinsville, Chase Reynolds has completed 4 of 11 passes for 9 yards and an interception. Running back Jamonte Thomas has 2 carries for 6 yards. Chase Reynolds has carried the ball 9 times for 40 yards and has accounted for the only offensive touchdown by Collinsville. Rome Richardson has 3 carries for 5 yards, and the 4 passes, I guess 3. Okay. 2 of those to Amari Rogers Parrott for 11 yards, and Logan Odell has 1 catch for -3 yards. Collinsville also has 50 yards worth of penalties towards them, but they did theirs in just 6 flags against, while Belleville East has the same 50 yards and 8 flags. Out of town scores. First, we'll tell you that The Cardinals are losing to the Yankees 6-3 up at Yankee Stadium in New York City. Olin Arenado has a solo home run, though, and that got the Cardinals within one, but then Austin Wells hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th, and the Yankees extended that lead to where it is right now by a 6-3 score. How about some defensive stats for you? For Collinsville, a couple of solo tackles by Devin Habermill, plus a quarterback sack by Habermill, and Habermill is also assisted on 3 more tackles coming your way for Chase Reynolds and an assist, and then 2 tackles belongs to Romel Bollinger for Belleville East. They got 3 solo tackles that were taken care of by Ja'Cory Brown, and then a couple of solo tackles by Pierre Marks. That's just a couple of looks at your defensive stats, if you will. And the out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Alton and Altoff, they are going to play tomorrow because it stormed up in Alton a lot sooner than it stormed anywhere else around here, so they're going to play at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Cahokia has a 35-0 lead over Lutheran St. Charles at halftime. Mount Vernon has a 14-7 lead over Waterloo at halftime. Redbud and Pinckneyville hooking up. Right now, Redbud out in front 21-12. That's in the second quarter. Everybody else is at halftime. Madison right now taking care of Sparta 30-16. Columbia shutting out Mater Dei. That's a surprise there. 21-0 against the Knights for the Eagles. Belleville West over Mascouda right now 20-17. Centralia has a 27-14 lead over Salem at the half. Triad all over Granite City at the half of that one. 49-0 is that score. And Central, the Breeze Cougars, have a 21-7 lead over Highland. Thank you to Zach Roseman over there compiling all the halftime scores, taking care of those defensive stats, and Andy Sullins taking care of the offensive stats for us here tonight. We certainly appreciate everyone's help. That is going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you have water coming into your house that's not supposed to be coming into your house, otherwise, if it's not coming from a faucet or a bathtub or a shower, you've got some problems. Woods Basement Systems can help you take care of those problems. They've been doing that since 1986. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters. That number is 618-708-4055. We have another break coming your way, and on the other side of it, Collinsville will get the ball back first to begin second half play, and that'll be coming your way here in just a few minutes on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. My name is Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey along with us as well. And coming after all the halftime scores and the stats and stuff like that, I don't know if my camera's looking good or not. Well, there's no game going on right now, so the camera doesn't know which way to go. You got both teams on the field at either ends trying to do their pre-half warm-ups here, and we'll get back to some action here in just a moment. We will let you know that we have more sports obviously coming up since we're just underway. This is the first week of high school sports, and we lost 2 soccer games already, one to Heat and one to Lightning. The home opener against Columbia on the boys soccer side of things was supposed to be Monday night. That got canceled because of the heat. Then they had a game at Triad that got canceled because of the Lightning on Wednesday. We were able to give you the volleyball game against Jerseyville, and that was a thrilling win by Collinsville. And then we have tonight's football game. The soccer team should be able to get their first game in tomorrow. They're playing Rochester tomorrow morning here at Kahok Stadium at 11 a.m., but we are not scheduled to do that game for you because we have 2 soccer games coming up for you next week. Tuesday night, we're going to be at Edwardsville as the Kahawks invade the District 7 Sports Complex there in Edwardsville. That's a 6:30 start. We'll be on around 6:10. Same thing on Thursday when the boys soccer team is at Belleville West. So back-to-back road games for your boys soccer team, while the girls volleyball team will be at East St. Louis on Tuesday. And then they'll be home on Thursday against Edwardsville, and we're hoping we can get that game on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network because we were unable to get the game on there Monday night against Glenwood because of all kinds of problems with that computer that Zach uses to do his games. I'm going to be taking a look at that computer here over the weekend and see if I can figure out what's going on. And that's Thursday, and then Friday we're right back here for week number 2 of the football season as the Centralia Orphans come to town. Dr. Chris McCluskey back on the other microphone. And, Doc, we got another half to go here, and Collinsville only trailing by 1 point. Get the ball back first. I think it's not mandatory that you score on this first possession, but it sure would be nice.
Well, we just have to find a way to move the ball, Todd. Our offense stalled last half. The good news is the Kahawks are competing. I mean, we know they're outmatched up front, right? So they've got their hands full, but we went from making a lot of mistakes in the first quarter to really cleaning up the football game. And that's what I said. Our guys just need to grow this game, you know. Honestly, we came in as underdogs. Everybody expected us to win, and here we are after the first half in a 1-point ball game. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that is true. So as I mentioned, Collinsville will get the ball back first, and back to kick is Grayson Parker. Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds are back deep. And on the far side, it's caught at about the 8-yard line. And coming up forward, got a little bit of room. How about some more special teams magic? Oh, at the last second, Loyal Patterson got grabbed from behind, and then while he was trying to get out of that, somebody came up and put a lick on him from behind, but that's a nice run back and a nice way to start the second half.
He got hammered. I can't believe they kicked the ball to Loyal. I just made a comment to Craig Pinnell, who's been watching, and you know, Darren Pinnell's dad, he's a great Kahawk supporter, and I said, Loyal's not going to touch the ball the rest of the game, and they kicked it right to him. And he, you know, he really I mean, he was one man away from a touchdown. Credit, was that the kicker?
I believe so.
I mean, my goodness, credit him for an open field tackle, and credit Loyal for getting up after that lick. He took a licking.
I'd still be down there. I'd be down there till Monday. All right. Nice starting field position on the Belleville East 43-yard line. Chase Reynolds is in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on the near. The one on the far comes into motion, and a fake handoff to him. Chase Reynolds keeps the ball, and well, luckily didn't lose anything but about a yard.
Yeah, I bet Belleville East kicker's getting an earful right now, kicking that ball to Loyal Patterson.
Unless the coaches didn't tell him not to.
Well, what happened was they've been kicking it that way, and we switched.
What had happened was.
What happened was we switched our guys, and they didn't realize it's what happened.
Loss of 1 on the play, so 2nd down and 11 here for Collinsville. Ball now on the Lancers' 44-yard line. As Collinsville breaks huddle, 2 wide receivers over on the far side. Zach Priest next to the sideline. In the slot is Matt Reynolds, and Amari Rogers Parrott over here on this near side. Thomas is the lone setback. Reynolds is going to go back to pass. Being flushed out of the pocket once again. Gets tugged from behind and throws it back up toward midfield, and it's just an incomplete pass. And once again, that big guy, number 88, Ja'Cory Brown, 215 pounds and 6'6" frame. I'm surprised Chase didn't go down.
I'm telling you. I mean, I'm surprised that so far Collinsville has not made adjustments. We've got to go to a one-step drop, quick passes, because Chase is just not going to have time to throw the football unless they just want him to throw on the run, which I guess is a strategy. But my goodness, he's playing 2 ways.
Yeah.
Hotter than Hades out here. Our defense has been on the field all game, so we've just got to get some quick hitters here and try to let our fast backs create some space.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to take a shot here.
2 wide receivers over here on the near, 1 over on the far. Chase Reynolds is in shotgun. Has Thomas over his right-hand shoulder, but Reynolds is going to try to pass. Instead, he takes off running. Got a little bit of room, but he's going to need a little bit more. And he'll get about 7 yards, maybe 8. And it looks like it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4 to go.
Yeah, nice run by Reynolds. He made it 4th and manageable, right? Didn't get a great spot out of it, so we're going to end up with 5 yards to go, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it after the spot.
And 5 for Collinsville.
The back judge was just giving a false start.
Well, there was nothing going on.
While he was standing over the football. That was strange.
All right. Priest on the far side. Reynolds in the slot. Rogers Parrott over here on the near side. Chase Reynolds at quarterback. And he has Thomas over his left-hand shoulder this time.
Colton Rhodes changes the play at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and Chase Reynolds moved, and that caused the 2 guys on the far side to move, and that's a false start, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
Appears to be against Collinsville.
4th and 10.
And a 5-yard
Close to it.
And still 4th down.
Chase is tired. Look at him.
Yeah.
This is
oh, that humidity just zaps the energy out of here.
Oh, my goodness. He's a warrior, though. You know, Collinsville's been blessed with some warrior quarterbacks. I mean,
yeah, we went from Kobe Anderson to Ethan Bagwell to Darren Pinnell,
and now Chase Reynolds. You know, so these guys give you a chance, and they're competitors. They're not gonna stop.
All right, let's see what we have in mind here on this 4th and 10. Snap. Reynolds back, steps up into the pocket. He's not going to have enough room to run to get that 1st down. That's for sure.
No, and we've got a man down, number 0, but he's up now.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to try to take a shot to Amari Rogers Parrott, and he fell down, I think. So Chase had nowhere to go. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Collinsville's defense back on the field. Reynolds is in a squatting position, so we might need to get him a break.
Yeah, I'd give him a break. I'd give him a break on defense and let him rest a little bit.
We're giving him a break right now, right?
Yeah. And we'll
credit him though. He saw the guy coming in and he waved him off. He said, "No, I'm good, but take a rest, young man."
Yep. Zach Priest will come in and take his place. And here comes Kingston Jones and his Belleville East Lancers.
Big mismatch out here on the short side of the field. If I'm Belleville, man, I go right at Priest right now.
Man goes into motion. That is Moody. And he's going to get the pitch back from Jones and try it up that right side and got met at the line of scrimmage. Got across it, but didn't get very far afterwards, got thrown back, but forward progress is going to at least give him a yard.
Credit senior number 34 linebacker, Big Mike Tonge, came through the line of scrimmage. He stretched that play out, stopped forward progress, and let his buddies come in and clean up the trash.
Yep. Clock moves as we approach 9 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Collinsville couldn't do anything with their first possession. Belleville East trying to make some noise with their first possession as they face a 2nd down and 9 from their own 38-yard line. Jones takes the snap, back to pass, throws it, and that one probably just a little bit too far past the outstretched hands of James Johnson.
Yeah, Devin Habermail jumped that route, and Belleville East quarterback lucky he threw the ball wide. If he had thrown it to the receiver, I think Habermail picks that ball off.
Yeah. That's probably why he threw it over his right hand out there, outstretched hand. Stops the clock with 8:47 to play here in quarter number 3.
Coach Mack looks like he's dialing up a blitz.
3 wide receivers on the left side, and now an offside.
Oh, boy.
That's going to give
Bad
the Lancers
mistake.
5 more yards.
No reason for that. It's number 12, Montre Kroom. You know what? Sometimes you get excited and you're trying to time the snap, and you get caught.
Yep.
He just got caught.
That he did.
The Lancers.
So that'll be a 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 9. Much more manageable for Belleville East. I sure would like to see another one of those interceptions. Those are fun. 3 wide receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. And to the right is where they go. And the pass is completed into the hands of Kyle Henry. And Henry will have enough for a 1st down and into Kahok territory.
Yeah, that was a good ball by Belleville East quarterback. The wide out just ran a little stop pattern. He kind of found the space in the flat. Quarterback hits him. Good for a 1st down. That'll move the chains. And it'll put the ball in Kahok territory for your Lancers, who have a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the Kahok 47-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the left side, 1 on the far side of the field. And again, Beeman is the lone setback. He stands over the left-hand shoulder, and he's going to get the handoff, and he'll go across the line of scrimmage and get a little bit more room and pick up probably about 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, again, Mike Tonge slows him down, but he had his legs pumping. Turned that into some nice positive yardage. Good display of sportsmanship out there by Montre Kroom and number 76, Mr. Josh Briggs out of Belleville East, slapping each other 5 after the play. You got to love to see kids compete and showing good sportsmanship.
In shotgun once again is Jones. Same formation, 3 left, 1 right.
Ooh, that could be a false start.
Lancers are changing the play.
4 on the play clock. They're running out of time, Todd.
And that's a delay of game. Yeah, they changed the play, and it took too long for everybody to get the new signal and get set. And Collinsville will get a free 5 yards out of that. So instead of 2nd down and a short 4, it's a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that erases all the effort by the Belleville East running back, because that's right about where Tonge stopped him, and then he muscled his way forward. But East now with a 2nd and 9.
Same formation, though. Trips to the left. There's Jones back to pass. He's going to get sacked, and he's going to lose a couple more yards, and the defense picking up, I believe, their 3rd quarterback sack of the night.
I'm going to give Montre Kroom credit for that sack, assisted by Michael Tonge, and number, is that 80 or 90 out there for Collinsville?
90.
Aiden Jordan, 6'4", 190.
So 3rd down and 11 now for Belleville East. So they have kind of gone backwards here after they picked up that 1st down. Clock continues to move. 7:05 coming up here in quarter number 3. This will be a nice stop for Collinsville here.
This is a big 3rd down. Collinsville's crowd needs to get on their feet.
Jones in shotgun. Takes a high snap, but he's already a tall guy anyway, so it wasn't too high. And he's almost sacked again. Runs out of it, and then goes out of the line of scrimmage, or right at the line of scrimmage on the far side sideline, so virtually no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Aiden Jones had him sacked. He went high instead of low, missed him. Again, there's number 34, senior Michael Tonge in pursuit, making sure that he helped his buddy out. And he forces a stop, so that'll bring up
loss of a yard on the play, so fourth down and 12, yeah.
And Belleville East going to go for it here. Man, big play.
Yeah, it sure is. And in the backfield by himself is Jones, and I think they're just going to try and see if they can draw Collinsville offside. I think. I'm not sure. Oh, and then Collinsville helps him out by moving.
Do that. Unless they call a false start, we're clapping.
Yeah, there was a couple of people moving. I'm not sure who moved first.
Oh, man, you just can't jump off sides. Oh, boy. Now you probably go from a punt to them trying to go for it, huh?
Yeah, could be. Kingston Jones did that real quick punt last time that they were faced with that situation, but again, the backfield is empty. So we'll see if they want to go for it here on 4th and 7, and now we're going to have another flag on the play.
Got to be a false
And this one is a false start, so we'll get those 5 yards right back. This is kind of how the game started, didn't it?
Yeah, back and forth we go.
There's a big truck backing up.
Hey, they're big trucks, all
They
right.
are.
There's no doubt about it.
All right, back to a 4th and 12 we go. From the 48-yard line of Collinsville, Jones in shotgun all by himself. No running backs in this formation. And once again, Jones trying to draw Collinsville offside. Now it looks like he's probably going to go back and punt.
Yeah.
There's the snap, and it is a punt. End over end, short. No one back there to collect it for Collinsville, so Belleville East will just let it roll, and roll it does all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know what? You got to send the safety back on that when you see that quarterback back up like that, since they've already done it, because you just give up too many yards by letting that ball go.
4-yard line. They'll take over.
All right. Collinsville will get their second possession here in this third quarter. Comes with 6:35 left to play here in the third quarter, and Collinsville trailing by 1. 16-15 remains the score.
Credit Collinsville's defense for a nice stand there, keeping themselves in the ball game. Collinsville's offense has to make an adjustment and try something different to find a way to move the football up the field.
Yep, that they do. It's a game of adjustments, and you got to make the right ones and figure it out as you go.
See, right now you've got cushion on that slot back. You've got to just take a step. And Collinsville's in. Well, did they call a timeout?
Kahawks called a timeout, so we will take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahawk football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com.
First and 10 for your Collinsville Kahawks from their own 5-yard line, and a scramble by Chase Reynolds. He's got some room. He's going to have a first down, and he'll go out of bounds right near the 20-yard line. And that was a kind of a nice play. We've seen that a couple of times here tonight, and has paid off a couple of times.
Yeah, if Chase can get to the edge, he can have some success, without a doubt.
First down.
All right. We'll see what Collinsville can do with a fresh set of downs. They marked him out of bounds at the 18-yard line, so that is where, the 17-yard line. So first and 10 for the Kahawks from there. Reynolds back in shotgun. Rogers Parrott over here as the lone wide receiver in this set. And a snap. Handoff goes to Thomas, and Thomas gets back to the line of scrimmage. I think that's about it. Maybe he lost a yard.
Yeah, there's nothing doing on the interior for Collinsville. I mean, I get it. You want to try to keep the linebackers home, but it's It's been a struggle up front. Again, we're just outsized and outmatched, so it's basically a wasted down there for Collinsville, so that brings up second and a short 11.
Yeah, about 10 and a half if you want to be
There you go.
precise.
There you go.
Kahawks break huddle as we approach 5:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Reynolds in shotgun, has Thomas over his left shoulder this time. And again, one wide receiver, and the handoff will go up the middle. This time a little bit more success for Collinsville as they'll barrel all the way up to about the 23-yard line, so a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, it was a nice second down play, and we went with a misdirection, so that was something different. We call that a counter play where you're going to fake like you're going to the short side of the field. You pull a guard, come up through the hole, try to kick out the linebacker, and the running back changes direction, and that worked out pretty well for the Kahawks.
That was Rome Richardson on that carry there for Collinsville, Jerry Richardson's little brother. Third down and a very manageable 3.
A big play here for Collinsville. They've got to find a way to get a first down here.
They are not going with very many wide receivers all of a sudden. So, oh, there's a fumble snap, and the ball is on the ground. Belleville East says they have it.
Boy.
And they do.
Boy, boy, boy. Well, that hurts Collinsville because you've got a chance to get your first down in what seems like forever. And now not only do you let Reynolds punt the ball, which has been doing excellent, but we have a fumbled snap. What's interesting is we were under center. And at the end of the day, that's going to be Belleville East ball.
Yep. And they are almost in the red zone, just outside at the 22-yard line. So back to work goes the Lancers and Kingston Jones.
Said we needed a turnover. I didn't mean like that.
No, not on that side of the ball.
I didn't mean like that, Todd.
No.
Guess I should have been more clear, huh?
Jones is under center. Done that a couple of times.
How about
he
get it
drops
back?
the ball.
How about get it back?
He drops the ball, picks it up, and spins, and gets about 2 yards out of it.
Turns it into positive yardage.
Yep. I don't even know what kind of a play that was going to be, whether they were going to run it or pass it, because it never materialized. They had Jaden Beeman about 8 yards behind Jones. So a gain of 3 on that busted play. Second down and 7 for the Lancers. Jones under center again. And he makes a quick throw over to the far sideline. No one over there with any kind of coverage at all, and almost trotting into the end zone was James Johnson, and it was into the end zone.
He did. He hit the pylon.
Yeah.
A wide open little out pass. Which, again, is what I'm saying Collinsville needs to do. We need to throw slants. We need to throw outs, quick passes, because the defensive backs, especially in high school football, you're going to get cushion, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to go with some quick passes.
So Grayson Parker checks back into the game to try the extra point. Ah, man, this camera. All night long it's been a fight. All night long.
I was going to say, they played that song earlier.
Here's the snap. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So 23-15 in favor of Belleville East, as we have 3:57 left to play here in this third quarter, and we're back as Collinsville will get the ensuing kickoff after we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. as Collinsville is going to get the ball back here in this third quarter. Grayson once again back to kick it off. Matt Reynolds and Loyal Patterson back deep. And what do you know? He's going to kick it to Patterson again at the 10-yard line. And Patterson looking for things and makes a move, and this time he's not going to get very far. He'll get up to about the 24.
He was tiptoeing, trying to find a lane, and when you're running the ball back, you just got to go north and south, baby.
Quickly.
That's right.
All right, up to the 25-yard line, so Collinsville has 75 yards to march and get that touchdown back, 23-15 in favor of Belleville East with 3:50 left to play here in this third quarter. See what the old offense has dialed up here this time.
Yeah, Tange's cramping up down there. Nobody's noticing it. He just went down. Okay, he's got a buddy working on him. We need to get the training staff on him. Here comes a man in Nethery Bauer.
In shotgun is Reynolds. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Richardson, or is that Thomas? I can't tell. One's 32, one's 22.
Yeah, a little timid. You know, he had a nice hole, and he should have just bounced it to the outside. But that's where your inexperience comes in. These guys will figure it out. They'll watch some film tomorrow, and, you know, they'll see you got to. Game is a lot faster than practice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, a lot faster. The speed changes. You got to be able to adapt to that. So good learning experience for these guys.
Second down and about 8 to go here for Collinsville. 3:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Wide receiver is a little bit more prevalent now in the offense. Too far, one near, and Reynolds runs right into his running back and then takes off and gets up to about the 30-yard line. That's going to put them about 5 yards short of where they need to be for a first down.
Yeah, you're just not going to find any room in the interior of this Belleville East defense. So.
And that was all while Ja'Cory Brown, the 6'6", 215-pound lineman, was out of the game. Now he comes back in over here on this right side, or left side, excuse me.
He's having a ball out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. If that kid doesn't play basketball, something's wrong. All right, Mario Rogers Parrott lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Matt Reynolds in the slot over on the opposite side, on the left side of the formation. And Thomas the lone running back, and we have a flag on the play, and we have a delay of game. That was fast.
Yeah, a little surprised by that. I didn't realize the clock was down that low. I didn't feel like we took too much time, but I guess we did, huh?
I guess so. Well, that's going to make it a 3rd down and 10 now. And we'll try it all over again. Loyal Patterson on the far sideline as a receiver. Habermill is lined up on the left side of that formation as the tight end. Haven't really thrown anything at Habermill tonight, except for the one that he didn't turn around for. Oh, that one's almost picked off. Whoo, boy.
Reynolds throws right into double coverage, underthrows it. That should have been a pick 6.
Oh, yeah, that was right into the hands of Pierre Marks, and Marks just dropped. I think he might have been surprised.
Collinsville got away with one there.
Well, now they're going to have to punt the ball back, but at least it's not, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, field position game's huge.
Yeah.
You need to find a way to regain a little momentum here. Maybe we can get a deep punt, get a 3 and out, or a turnover.
So Reynolds is back to kick, and back at midfield is the punt return man for Belleville East. He's standing sideways, so I can't see his number. Reynolds gets a high kick, and they're going to let that one bounce, and it's going to unfortunately take a Belleville East bounce and go the other direction. So a wise idea there for Tange to grab that ball and not let it go any farther than it did.
Yeah, credit Reynolds, though. I mean, another good punt. He's been punting with guys in his face all night.
Yeah.
And he's just done a really good job of maintaining decent field position for these Kahawks.
Now he knows how Chase Reynolds feels.
Yes, he does. And now Collinsville's defense on the field once again.
Yeah.
Had to get those guys some IVs here at the quarter maybe. Chase Reynolds starting to cramp up, it looks like. It's a lot to ask of these young men, especially early in the year, to go both ways. We'll see what our defense has to offer here with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
So under center once again is Jones. He'll turn around and hand the ball off to Beeman, and Beeman will get back to the line of scrimmage and then fall forward for another yard. So we got about 2 out of that.
Credit that tackle again to number 34 senior Michael Tange. You know, he plays much bigger than he is. I mean, I think he only weighs about 165 pounds. He plays like a 200-pound guy. And he's having a heck of a game here tonight on defense.
Second down and 9 to go for Belleville East from their own 45-yard line. I wouldn't mind seeing a pick 6.
Tange, that was his 5th tackle of the night tonight.
Nope, 2 guys in motion again. That's a flag.
No, they did it right. That's a change of offensive set.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Havermill got beat. Gosh darn it.
Beeman travels about 45 yards and picks up a first down, and he lets everybody know that that's a first down when he pops up with that ball at about the 26-yard line.
He was mano-a-mano with the D9 dozer, and he just gave him a nice little stutter step and juked him and got around him. And see, that's what happens, though, when your defense is on the field the whole game, right?
Yep.
You're just not at your top. If that's in the first quarter, no way he gets around Havermill.
Under a minute to go here in this third quarter. And first down and 10 for Belleville East from the Collinsville 24-yard line. Jones under center. Hands the ball off to Beeman again. This time he gets ran right into, but manages to stay on his feet until he's finally brought down by Havermill and Tange.
Yeah, these guys don't quit, man.
And that is probably the last play of the third quarter.
Credit number 32, Rome Richardson, getting in on that tackle.
Yeah, there was like 3 guys in there on that one. They're going to let the clock run down, and that's going to do it for third quarter action. So we'll take a break. Fourth quarter, that's what comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Once again, we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey, and a host of other characters up here in the press box. Fourth quarter is here. Collinsville trailing by 8. 23-15 is the score. Belleville East right now has the ball, and they are driving second down and 8 from the Kahok 22-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to turn around and head south.
Yeah. I don't think anybody realized it until now.
LC's Pub over there, proud supporters of Kahok football and KahokSports.com.
Yeah, 1101 Bar and Grill also over there. They're another sponsor of ours.
There you go.
So, one more quarter to go. Collinsville trails by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, which they have already done that once tonight. But first things first, you got to stop Belleville East from putting more numbers on the scoreboard.
That is a tall order.
It is. I agree. We knew this game was going to be tough. Belleville East is always tough.
Look, I'm looking at our linemen down here on our side. They look huge, right?
Yeah,
and when they're on the field against East, they don't look huge.
Yeah. There's a pass completed. And doing a little bit of zigging and a little bit of zagging was Keithan Jones. And he is going to get up all the way to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that was a missed open field tackle.
That should move the chains.
But again, these guys, I'm telling you, these guys are whooped.
Yeah.
John Thomas slow to get up. Guys are huffing and puffing, cramping, and hopefully we just make it through the game with no major injuries at this point. That's what you're looking for.
Just underway here in quarter number 4. Jones under tackle once again. And this time he's going to hand the ball off, and a touchdown for Makai Henderson.
Yeah, we brought a outside linebacker blitz from the weak side of the football field, and they ran to the strong side, so they guessed right on that one. And that's going to put 6 more points on the board for the Belleville East Lancers.
Sure is.
On for the point after try. Last time he kicked it to almost a ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid's got a leg on him.
Sure does. There's the snap. Kick is up, and he is perfect on extra point tries. So far in this game, that is Grayson Parker, and that makes it 30-15 in favor of Belleville East. Collinsville has a lot of work left to do, and we'll tell you about that try after we come back from a commercial break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878.
Once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. Week number 1 of the high school football season. Not going the way Collinsville would like right now. Kahawks trail by 15, 30-15 is the score. Collinsville is going to get the ball back here. Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds back deep once again. As once again, Grayson Parker will kick things off. And it's to Loyal Patterson again. I guess he just likes to kick it to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just has to. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There's a flag on the play.
It's going to be an illegal block on Collinsville.
Yep, sure is.
Royal Patterson receiving. We have a flag on the play. Makes it up to about the 31-yard line. Watch the flag.
Yeah, that's going to take him back to about the 15. 11-17 left to play here in quarter number 4.
Collins block in the back against Collinsville.
Well,
we'll see if Collinsville can't put something together. Now, last drive, we did show that we could move the ball a little bit, but we made some mistakes that negated. Move the ball back a little further here.
Yeah, 14-yard line. I kind of figured it would be somewhere around there. Somewhere around there.
That's a 10-yard penalty.
Is there a song about that?
Somewhere over the rainbow? I don't know. 2 wide receivers on the far, one over here on the near. That's Loyal Patterson. In shotgun once again is Chase Reynolds. Man comes into motion. That's Matt Reynolds. And a snap, and Chase goes back to pass. Has it complete to Amari Rogers-Parrott, but he got swarmed immediately.
Tried a screen pass. They were all over it. Our 3 blockers out there had nobody to block.
Pass complete.
So I like mixing up the play call out of the Kahawks, but Belleville East just had that sniffed out.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him a 2-yard loss on the play.
Amari Rogers-Parrott.
So, second down and 12.
Loss of 2. Going to be second down and 12 for Collinsville.
And Collinsville is closer to their goalposts than they are to midfield right now.
They have certainly not enjoyed good field position here in the second half. But all it takes is one big play, Todd.
I know.
Right? One big play, all of a sudden you got some momentum and some energy. Right now the guys are a little flat.
There's the snap, and Reynolds back to pass, rolls out, got a little bit more time, and just overthrows his intended receiver, which was Rome Ballin, or excuse me, and a holding call.
Oh boy! Well, that doesn't
Rome
make
Richardson.
That doesn't make the missed pass upset you as much because it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
All right.
Yeah, penalties really hurting the Kahawks here, and again, they're young. That's okay. You got to work those things out. You're going to learn a lot from film tomorrow. Really, at this point, you just want that clock to run.
Yeah.
And
I think players and fans and everybody alike probably wants that right now.
Work on some things, You fought hard, you stayed in the game, but Belleville East, honestly, is just a bigger, more athletic, more experienced team. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, Belleville East declines the penalty. That brings up a 3rd down and 12 now for Collinsville. So they need to get it all the way up to about the 24-yard line for a 1st down. 2 wide receivers on this near side, one on the far side. Habermill tucked in there as a tight end on the far side. And Chase Reynolds takes the snap, and he's going to roll out to his left. And he is looking, and he really doesn't have anywhere to throw it. But somehow or another, he completes it to Loyal Patterson, but Patterson's going to be like 1 yard short of the 1st down.
That's okay. We'll go
or
for
close
it.
to it. No, they got a good mark over here. Now they're gonna say 1st down.
Oh, my gosh. Well, there you go. That's what Collinsville needed, a 1st down. Credit Chase Reynolds for keeping that play alive. He was flushed out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Little Patterson.
Wasn't flashy, shiny, or spectacular, but it worked.
Hey, that's guts. These kids are playing and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
competing, right?
Yeah, they are playing in some tough conditions. Lots of heat and humidity out here. Another one of those days when the feel-like temperature was above 100. Here's the snap, and Reynolds goes back to pass. Lobs one up for Habermill, and boy, he got crushed as soon as he touched that ball.
No.
Big tackle there by Xavion Moody.
Come on, Dev. Get up, buddy.
And Habermill didn't know what hit him. He got chopped in those legs.
That's a knee problem.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I would say that's a personal foul. Taking out the knees of a unprotected player.
Yeah, that's not a clean hit at all. I'm also not thrilled with hanging Habermill out.
Well, that pass was more high than it was deep.
You're down 2 touchdowns. I don't know. I mean, that's by far your best player. You got to have him all year. Outside of some unexpected occurrences.
Amanda Bauer down there checking on him, asking him some questions.
Win this game. Gosh dang it.
From the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
So, 35-yard line is where Collinsville finds themselves, and Deborah Havermill is on the bench. 2 wide receivers near, one on the far side, one lone running back, and that is Richardson, and Richardson gets wrapped up as soon as he gets handed the ball. That was a big open field tackle there by one of those big linemen for Belleville East.
Nothing doing on the interior.
I couldn't tell you who it is because I don't have a 99 on my roster.
Well, you can see him.
Yeah, you can. Clock moves as we approach 8:50 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Loyal Patterson and Matt Reynolds line up his wide receivers on the near side. Rogers Parrott over on the far side. And a botched snap, but Reynolds stays with it. Rolls out, looking for someone to throw it to. Man, I tell you what, he had Matt Reynolds down here wide open, but he got it to Patterson, and Patterson put on a nice move after the catch.
First down.
Spun out of a tackle and picked up a 1st down in the process.
I think that we're going to see Chase Reynolds and Loyal Patterson a lot this year, right? I mean, those guys are making things happen. Looks like Habermill is up off the bench. See if I can find it.
Man, Matt Reynolds was wide open down here on the 40-yard line, but I don't think Chase Reynolds saw him.
Well, it's tough when you're running left to throw back right. Habermill's up by the coaches, telling him he's ready to go. That's a great sign.
Yeah.
For Collinsville.
Same wide receivers over here on the near. Rogers Parrott over on the far. And the snap. Reynolds is going to keep it. He's going to juke it. He's going to move. And he's going to pick up another 1st down into Belleville East territory down to the Lancers' 40-yard line.
Hey, all of a sudden, Collinsville's got something cooking here.
Yeah, they do.
Late in the game, just under 8 minutes left, and they're rattling off a few 1st downs. They've had more 1st downs in the last minute and a half than they had maybe the whole game.
Could be.
Certainly this half.
Could be. This time Reynolds will line up in the slot over on the far side. That's Matt. Rogers Parrott over there, and over here is Loyal Patterson all by himself. Chase in the shotgun, takes it again, and this time he'll get it up the middle, but he'll pick up a modest 2 yards on the play.
He met a linebacker face to face, and there's your Warrior Reynolds, pops right up. I mean, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to feel a lot more than just that one.
Well, you know, we're not open on Saturdays other than football season.
Yeah.
And we'll see all these guys tomorrow morning. There's no doubt about that.
Pick up a 2, brings up a 2nd down and 8 for Collinsville. Ball is on the Lancers' 39-yard line. Collinsville, this is the best their offense has moved the ball up the field all night long.
Yeah.
Speaking of all night long, they played it again.
Well, speaking of Reynolds and what is it? I always get mixed up. Rogers Parrott, Habermail, and Tangay, they were mentioned in the top 30 Metro East high school football players to watch.
Yeah.
And they've lived up to the hype so far.
So, Chase Reynolds in shotgun. And this time he's going to hand it off. A little dipsy doodle going on there. Rogers Parrott gets the final catch, and then he is spun down on the ground by Jonathan Rulo, the 6'2", 295-pound junior.
Who is a national wrestling champion. That young man is a beast.
Yeah.
God. Jonathan Rulo means business.
Yeah.
All-state high school wrestler, and then whatever the club wrestling, I don't know, the sanctioning bodies, he's a national champ.
Loss of about 5 on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 to go here for Collinsville.
Well, you get 2 shots at it.
Yep. Reynolds back to pass. Got some time this time. He'll throw the ball down the middle, and he short-hopped it to the intended receiver, which was, I believe.
Yeah, he just didn't set his feet.
I think that was Rogers Parrott.
He probably knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah. So 4th down coming up here for Collinsville. 6:09 left to play. Here in quarter number 4, officials stop the clock. Well, the incomplete pass stopped the clock anyway. And 4th down and a long 12. Now the officials do call a timeout. And we'll go ahead and just keep it right here for this timeout because these official timeouts don't last very long. So 4th down and about 12 to go here for Collinsville. Ball on the Lancers' 43-yard line. And right after I said Collinsville has moved the ball better this drive than any other time of the night, and now all of a sudden we're going backwards.
We went backwards. That's
yeah.
Right. Well, we tried to run the reverse, and when was it? Who got that ball? Was
Rogers Parrott.
Rogers Parrott, and it looked like he either tripped or spun out. It looked like he had a bum wheel, right? And again, when you're playing at a speed this fast, one misstep and you're done. I mean, you got to be going at full speed.
I think they adjusted the camera on the one that focuses on the scoreboard, and it's so the lights on it are so bright you can't even really see what the scoreboard says, especially on the time. You can see the score, but can't even hardly tell what that time says. I got it. 6:09 left to play here in quarter number 4. 4th down play. Reynolds goes back to pass, being flushed out of the pocket over on the left side. He looks, he throws, and he's got a man open. That's a 1st down.
Is he eligible?
I believe that is Habermill. He was a tight end, so yes, he is.
Perfect. Oh, he's mad they blew it dead. He thought he was going to take off, but man, what a big play. Chase Reynolds flushed out of the pocket. Great run, or great throw on the run. That's a huge play in this game.
Big 4th down pickup.
I mean, if you can find a way to put some points on the board, you know, now you got a chance.
Yeah. Down by 15. 2 touchdowns. One of those needs a 2-point conversion. And Reynolds in shotgun once again. Loyal Patterson lines up over here on this near side sideline, but the handoff is going to go over the right tackle and into the hands of Rome Richardson. And a pickup of about 4 on the play. Maybe.
I hope, depending on the spot.
Number 32, Rome Richardson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, looks like about 4. Yeah.
2nd and 6.
Well, maybe our guys are wearing down their defensive line. We've actually had them on the field a little bit here, which is nice.
Well, and like we said earlier, man, this heat and humidity just zaps you anyway.
Right.
You don't even have to be out there that long. I'm standing still in the press box, and I'm zapped.
It has cooled off a lot
in
the last half hour.
Here is Chase Reynolds. He's in
Chase.
trouble. He gets out of trouble. He throws the ball on the run, and that one was going to be heading out of bounds. Almost intercepted, but Moody was already had his feet out of bounds when he touched that ball, and that ball was intended, I believe, for Matt Reynolds.
Yeah, Chase saw a man in the end zone. I just don't think he realized he was on the 40-yard line.
Zach Priest was also over there as well.
Not many guys throw the ball 50 yards at this level.
Stops the clock with 4:54 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Collinsville trails by 15. They're on the move, but they got a big third down coming up here. 3rd and 7 from the Lancers' 24-yard line. And now it sounds like the Lancers want a timeout, and they will take a timeout. So we will go ahead and take a timeout as well. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke is my name. Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. We are glad that you are with us. Just week number 1, folks. Don't get discouraged. Got 8 more of these left.
No, and this is a tough opener, like you said. I mean, I'm super proud of our Kahawks and the way they've played and competed tonight.
There is a rollout by Chase Reynolds. He has some room, and he'll get all the way up to the 15-yard line, and I believe that's a first down. It is.
Should be.
Yeah.
Nice gutsy run by the senior quarterback, number 1, Chase Reynolds.
Number 1. We'll see him at basketball season as well, roaming around the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium floor when basketball season gets underway in November.
The new gymnasium floor. Athletic department did a nice job. We got a little makeover for Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. It's going to be real nice.
Hand off to Richardson, and Richardson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Boy, everybody was in slow motion there.
Yeah.
Except for number 88, Ja'Cory Brown. He goes 6'6" and 215. Comes up flexing his muscles after a big tackle. Nothing doing for the Kahawks there. Clock continues to tick, almost down to 4 minutes left to play in the game.
Yeah, 2 wide receivers on the far side. Reynolds in the slot. And Patterson over here on the near side. Here's the snap, and back to pass, and completed. Nicely done there to Rome. Richardson got his knees taken out, and he'll fall down around the 10-yard line.
Pass to number 32, Rome Richardson, complete.
Now, I'll tell you what, these defensive backs for Belleville East go low, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you got to really protect yourself here.
So 3rd down and 4 for Collinsville.
Collinsville going to go no huddle, feeling the pressure of the clock.
Yep. Lazarian Stewart is in at running back now for Collinsville. And a handoff will go to him. He'll try to go to the left side, but he got tracked down by not 1 but 2 Belleville East Lancers and lost some yardage on that play.
I like it that he tried to bounce the ball outside, though. I mean, he kept moving. That was a really good idea, but nice pursuit by your Belleville East Lancers.
Yep, no sense in trying to go for a field goal here because a field goal absolutely does you no good when you trail by 2 touchdowns. So Collinsville going for it here again on 4th down. They've already converted 1 4th down on this drive. They need to get it down to the 7-yard line for a first down.
So what do you do if you're East? You bring the house or player safe here? What are they going to do?
We'll find out. Reynolds
brought the
back
house.
to pass. And he gets out of a little trouble, and he'll get a first down. And he's inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. That'll move the chains. Collinsville 1st and goal.
Chase Reynolds making things happen for your Collinsville Kahawks. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens, this offensive series is just what we needed, right? They figured some things out. They made adjustments. They're going to have some belief.
2.5 minutes to go. Collinsville would like to score here because they've got all 3 of their timeouts left. We've already seen them accomplish the onside kick once here tonight. Here is Stewart, and he gets taken down and will lose a couple of yards.
That time we don't want to bounce it outside. He saw those linebackers, and he said, But you got to hit your hole on that one, young man.
Yep.
Injured player for Belleville East, and him well wishes. Hopefully he's just cramping.
Yeah, could be. He's one of those big, tall guys. You can tell just by him laying on the ground, he covers about 7 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, he didn't waste any time getting back up, and that's the guy we've been talking about all night long, Ja'Cory Brown. 6'6", 215 pounds.
Yeah, that's a player. That's a football player there.
Yeah. So he appears to be okay. So this timeout will not last long, but everybody's going to take advantage of it and get themselves something to drink here, as Collinsville is looking down at a 2nd down and 8. I am just very happy that we got this game in, man. I was looking at the weather earlier, and I didn't think this was going to happen.
I got your text today, and I thought, oh, no. So, yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah. Because I know that these guys would much rather play on a Friday night than have to play on a Saturday on Labor Day weekend.
Man, great atmosphere here at Kahok Stadium. You know, credit Coach Rhodes and the coaching staff for putting a good product on the field. Clay Smith does a good job, our athletic director, of, you know, organizing all the staff and the ambiance and the decorations and all of the things. So it's a good culture here that Kahawks have built over the last few years. 2nd down and goal from the 8. The handoff again goes to Stewart, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Collinsville going to continue to go with the no-huddle offense. Under 2 minutes to go, so running out of time. Boy, just from a morale standpoint, wouldn't it be nice to score a touchdown here? Sure would be after this nice long drive, chewing up the clock, and the handoff goes to Stewart again, and he'll probably get another yard. And that'll bring up a 4th down and goal for Collinsville. Well, we'll have one more shot. After that, I would think that you're going to see Belleville East just try to run the clock. Oh, there was lightning out there. Yeah, I saw some over there a minute ago. I'm like, can't get this game over with before the lightning thing goes off. Here is Reynolds, back to pass, rolls out to his left. Chase,
he's
go,
got
Chase,
some
go.
room, and he's going to go, down to the 1 yard line.
Oh, no.
Well, Belleville East can't kneel on the ball.
Oh, man.
When they get the ball back, because if they do, it'll be a safety.
Yeah, but gosh, I wanted to see.
Yep.
I wanted to see that.
I know, me too.
Stopped on the 1. Boy, that's sort of symbolic, isn't it, tonight?
Yeah.
But gutsy performance out of Chase Reynolds.
Stops the clock with 1:05 left to go.
Shoot.
So the Lancers are going to have to do something to move the ball out of the shadow of their own goalpost. We have another injured Lancer down. Well, they're going to get him on up. Limp off the field a little bit. And that is Lonzel Spells. 5'9", 153-pound senior defensive back.
Hopefully Lonzel's okay.
Yeah.
He's one of our Cairo Plus powered athletes. Taking care of him for years. Great young man. Been excited about this season. Got named one of the captains for Belleville East this year.
That's always a good feather in the cap.
Right.
The Lancers will have the ball and the Kahok 1 yard line.
All right. They could take a knee and give up the 2 points. Not going to kill them. We'll see what they are going to dial up here. Might be a quarterback keeper and just push forward just to get a little bit more breathing room.
I wouldn't even risk it.
Yeah. Referee comes up and says something to Jones right before he's getting ready to take the snap. Play clock hasn't started yet. There we go. And he's going to try to sneak it a little bit on that left side, and forward progress probably got him a yard or 2. And
that should do it.
Well, they stopped the clock.
Yeah, we had a helmet come off.
Yep.
No, they should wind it.
Yeah, they will. Oh, Collinsville is going to call a timeout. While there's more and more lightning showing up in the sky, too. So far, that little lightning detector thing hasn't gone off over there.
I'm not sure how.
I don't know either.
Maybe they turned it off.
I would hope not. 54.8 seconds is what we have left here as we stay here for this timeout. Yeah. Oh, the lightning delay happens, I'll just be like, that's it, we're done. Yeah. We're not going to wait through a 30-minute wait with 45 seconds left, or 54 seconds left. Well, we'll be back here next week. Centralia Orphans come to town. And then we have our first road game. The following week, we'll go down to Carbondale.
Terriers.
Yeah.
Played a lot of ball against the Carbondale Terriers growing up, and they always have athletes.
So now Belleville East should have enough room to kneel on the ball here, I would think. Ball at the 2, so they only gained a yard on that last play, but I think they do have enough room to kneel down inside the 1. And the snap, they're going to hand the ball off. Going up that left side is the ball carrier, and forward progress will get them out to about the 4. And Collinsville is going to stop the clock again.
I think just out of principle, right?
Yeah.
Showing we don't give up.
Yeah, we can't take our timeouts in the next week's game, so
right.
let's use them.
Might as well use them.
Yeah. 43.8 seconds left to play. So that knocked off about 11 seconds on that play. Collinsville has one more timeout left. Kahok's trail 30-15. And they will look ahead to week number 2. Just as they did last year, went to Belleville East and lost. And then turned it around in week number 2 last year. So trying to do that once again this year.
I have faith in these guys. I love what I've seen tonight, to be honest with you, Todd. I mean, you knew they're going to have mistakes. You know it's the first game. You got first-year players, but these guys have shown heart. They've shown togetherness. They haven't quit, and it's tough to do that when you're mismatched like this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one temper flare. I mean, if you think about it, there's more lightning out there.
Yeah. I'm sure the refs have seen it.
I think it's more like heat lightning.
It was orange the one I saw over there
really
by the
no streaks
by the campus. Here is a snap and a push forward up to about the 8-yard line. Needed to get to the 11-yard line for a first down, and with 30 seconds left to go, I think Collinsville will hold on to this final timeout.
Line it up, boys.
That they will. All right, well, we're going to transition over to the post-game show brought to you tonight by my buddy Dr. Chris McCluskey and Chiropractic Works. Take it away, sir.
Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We have Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, Illinois. 410 Regency Center, 618-343-3602. Our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. Find us at www.chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Thank you so much, Todd.
You are welcome. So I got one question for you.
What you got?
Starting on Tuesday, the Beltline is going under construction. How much is that going to hurt you?
I've been investigating to see if I could find out when they're going to do what.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a play-it-by-ear situation. The good news is I grew up in the country. I know all the back roads and chutes and twists and turns. So I am going to have our marketing team stay on top of that and be funneling, alternative routes to people so that we can get them there because they need to care.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is Dr. Chris McCluskey with Chiropractic Works. It is time for the Chiropractic Works post-game show, and that comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had a injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. Positions available from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community. The board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
The OrthoGold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT softwave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville dropping the season opener here tonight here at home, 30-15 to the Belleville East Lancers. Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator, joining us now. That was tough sledding by the offense. You knew things were going to be tough because Belleville East is big. They are very big up front on that defensive line, and it was just kind of hard to move the ball.
Yeah, whatever we were trying to do, it just wasn't working our way today. Trying to get the run game going, and we're just getting too much penetration. We're getting stood up at the line. Credit to them. I mean, Brulo is probably the best defensive lineman we're going to see this year, and when we're trying to go one-on-one and he's just being a monster out there, it's kind of throwing our groove off, and it's making it tough to run. And we're trying to do a couple different things at a couple different times and get something going, take another step back. And it was just one of those nights where anything we tried wasn't really working. Then we'd get in a groove, and then we'd find a way to get ourselves out of it.
And Chase really didn't have a lot of time to throw out there. He was being pushed out of the pocket almost all night long.
They were kind of throwing something at him that he hadn't really seen before, given his first real game as a quarterback full-time. They were shooting it on the outside, and he was wanting to escape out there, and they were just baiting him and trying to get him to step up in the pocket. But when you get hit constantly and you see the pressure and you're not really used to it, it does get kind of worrisome back there. It makes you a little trigger shy. It makes you just want to get rid of the ball quick and then just take off. And he'll be all right, though. I know he's a tough kid. I know he's gonna come to work this week. We'll get that figured out. We'll get him to make it sure, because when the ball's in his hands, you got to watch. You saw today. He's gonna make some plays out there. So we just got to make sure that we're limiting the mistakes with him, with the offensive line, with the receivers, with everybody, and capitalizing when we need to capitalize.
Yeah, I know you're the offensive guy. Devin Habermill, I want to talk about him for a minute. He had that one big catch for 16 yards here late in this game, but he also had an interception on the defensive side of thing. Man, he's a pretty important piece of this puzzle for both the offense and the defense.
Yeah, if you ask anybody on the staff, on any of the players, you'll say the heart and soul of the team is Devin Habermill. Really, he's been a 3-year full-time starter. 2-year starter both ways. He was playing as a freshman. Like, there's nothing that Devin hasn't seen, as well as in season and out of season, because he is just a very football savvy kid. He's definitely the hardest worker on the team, probably one of the hardest workers that the Collinsville Kahawks football program has seen in its entire history. He just represents the purple and white so well. And like I said, he is the heart and soul of this team. And when Devin is leading this team the right way, then we're going to go.
All right, can't let you get out of here without talking about that 67-yard punt return by Loyal Patterson. How much fun was that to watch?
It was good. I was up there, and I could kind of see it being up top that if he gets past that first guy, that entire half of the field was open. And Loyal's a playmaker. I said day one he wasn't really in our plans for offense because we knew he was going to be one of our better corners. So we were like just letting him play out there, and it's like, okay, we got to figure out a way to get this kid on the offensive side of the ball. And just slowly progressing, and it's like, wow. You get the ball in his hands, you never know what he's going to do because he's just a really good athlete, and he's just a football player. Like, he knew where to find the hole. He knew when to attack. He knew when to set the guys up, and it ended up leading for a touchdown, and he almost got another kick return.
Yeah. Me and Dr. McCluskey are up here talking. I'm surprised they keep kicking it to him.
I know. I was surprised, too. I thought for sure after the first time they saw him over there, they wouldn't. And then whenever he almost took one to the house, I thought they'd be done. But it is what it is. I mean, we'll take the ball in Loyal's hands a lot. So we're going to continue to try and utilize that weapon.
All right, what are you guys going to focus on in practice this week?
Just tightening things up. We always know that week one's going to be a tough one. It's tough for both teams. You never know what they're going to come out with. You never know the personnel. You know you're going to make mistakes. I mean, the actual summary of week one was the first quarter. We had a false start, and then we had an offsides.
Yeah.
You go back 5, you get 5 back. You know, that's what week one is. You like to clean that up a little bit. Really, you get your stride in about week 4 or 5. That's when everything is flowing. That's when you know who you really are. That's when you find out what you really are. So we just got to keep building. We got to find what we did wrong today and continue to build to fix those, find what we did right, make those better and better and better, and just keep taking strides forward. I mean, we've had adversity before. We've lost to Belleville East 3 times in a row now, and we've won playoff games each of the last 2 years. So if that's a trend, I'm all for it. I don't like losing this game, but sometimes you just need that wake-up call, and when you see it on film that, hey, we had a good summer, but the summer's over, and it's really time to start kicking it into gear. So hopefully tonight really wakes us up and helps us take multiple strides forward.
All right, sir. Thanks for the visit. We'll
All
see
right.
you next week
Yep,
versus
Friday.
Centralia.
Yep.
All right, that is Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator here for your Collinsville Kahawks, and that is going to do it for us here tonight. And we would like to thank, of course, Colton Rhodes for joining us on the pregame interview, and again, a big thank you to Drew Cordes for joining us on the postgame show. Another big shout-out goes to Andy Sullins keeping our stats tonight, and to Zach Roseman helping us fill out the halftime scoreboard here. And again, a big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey joining us on the other microphone. My name is Todd Duke. We will see you Tuesday from Edwardsville High School boys soccer action. Collinsville taking on the Edwardsville Tigers from the District 7 Sports Complex. And until then, everyone have yourselves a fantastic Labor Day weekend.